Yes, guys, it is Euro 2020 quarter-final day. We've just had Denmark versus Czech Republic. Denmark are through to the semi-finals. England now take on the Ukraine in Rome, in Italy. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this. Well, I'm kind of watching the West Indies South Africa game as well, but I'm going to be here for of course, the England Ukraine watch along. The teams have been announced. We are ready to go. Let's get into it. Yes, guys, England versus the Ukraine. The teams are here. And yeah, we're going to go straight in. There's only a few, there's about 25 minutes until kickoff. And Jadon Sancho starts. Manchester United, Jadon Sancho starts. That's the important news. Anything else, it's a side dish, side note. Don't really care. Jadon Sancho starts. That's the most important thing. Now, of course, it's a Euros game. It's a quarterfinal. It's a big game for both nations. When's the last time England reached a semi-final of the Euros? What, 96? Have Ukraine ever reached the semi-finals of Euros of a major tournament? I don't think they have. And I said the team news is out. Jordan Pickford in goal, Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw. I read it in order of how they've set out the team sheet. Then we'll go into formations and tactics, etc. But Jordan Pickford in goal, Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw, Declan Rice, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Calvin Phillips. That's all the same. Jadon Sancho comes in for Bukayo Saka, who's not in the squad. Bukayo Saka, sorry, that's a Saka. He's not in the squad. Apparently, he picked up a knock in training. And Mason Mount comes in as well into that number 10 position. I'm trying to remember who. Saka? Who did he come in for? I just had a little brain. Oh, they played 5 at the back, of course. So he's coming for Trippier, who played at right wing back. So of course, yeah, because they played 5 at the back before. So that makes perfect sense. Make sure to hit the like button while you're here. And F says in early doors, England 3-0, Kane, Sterling, and this one was it Kane, Sterling. And this one is a low-key shout, Sancho, before the team's announced. He did say that was at 6 o'clock, so before the team came out, that was a shout. Sancho is starting. So there's a chance. There is a chance that could happen. The Ukraine side, I can't read that. This is the side, but I can't read it. So I made it a bit easier on myself. They have gone with the 3-5-2. I'm not going to go through all the players. I don't know all of them like that, but they've got Zinchenko in the midfield, Yarmolenko, and Yaramchuk up front. Those are the 3 players that I know. But as I said, everyone is here on merit. There's no, I know they were like the 4th best 3rd place side in the tournament. I get that. So they were actually the 16th best side in the team. They came as low as possible to qualify for the knockout rounds. And then they beat Sweden. Obviously, Sweden winning. The winner won that game extra time. Sweden going down to 10 men, but they did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. A goal and assist for Zinchenko. So they're going with a 3-5-2. But England in the last game, England went and matched up Germany in their 3-4-3. No disrespect to Ukraine, but Ukraine aren't Germany. So England, of course, are going to want to take a more progressive front foot approach. I'm not saying disrespect the opposition, but have a bit more confidence in yourself to go out and play your natural game without having to compensate or worry or counter necessarily what the opposition is doing, but rather trusting your own abilities. And that's why they've gone with the 4 at the back. As you can see, Walker, Stones, Maguire, and Shaw, which is the same back 4 that started the last group game. And possibly, I think the last 2 group games, actually, both Scotland and Czech Republic. Rice and Phillips in the midfield, who's would have been ever presence in this tournament so far. Sterling on the left, Mount in that number 10 position, who, I mean, he wasn't going to be dropped in the first place, but it's only because of the COVID, the rules around COVID or whatever, and the protocols that him and Chilwell are both out of the squad. Of course, Chilwell hasn't played a minute in this tournament yet. Kane up front and Jadon Sancho, Manchester United's Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side. And I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what he's going to do because he's a Man United player. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm excited to see what he's going to do as a Manchester United player and as obviously playing for England today. And if I get some of the quotes up that England, the players, the pundits, etc., have been speaking about the players and the team selection before today. First and foremost, Rio Ferdinand said that I think this is one of the most positive. I think I'm one of the most positive people in the country. At the beginning of the tournament, I had hope, real hope, that England could do well. You sit there and you wish and think, can we? But as soon as the tournament started, I've now got a genuine belief in this team, and that's down to Gareth and the team. Every decision that he has made so far has come off, and you just want that to continue. Today, I'm nothing but confident. And I'm going to ask you lot, are you lot nothing but confident? Do you share that sentiment with Rio Ferdinand? Because, of course, Gareth Southgate came into this tournament. Actually, what I'm going to do is get a poll going. Does Gareth Southgate deserve more respect? Because Gareth Southgate came into this tournament under somewhat of a cloud, and I say that in terms of there was very, very few people in this around the England camp. But when I say England camp, we're talking the fans, maybe some in the media, but there's just general public who didn't believe in Gareth Southgate. What, 5? Well, this is the 5th game of the tournament so far. Is there now belief? Is there now belief that you can trust Gareth Southgate? Because what I would say is that every game before today, I think there's been a lot of questions about the team, a lot of questions. Maybe the bringing in of Sancho has reduced that, I don't know. But something tells me that there's a little bit more trust in it. And I say trust in the sense that, you know what? He deserves the benefit of the doubt. I guess that's the case. You don't say, oh, I believe that everything he's done is correct. But 4 games into the tournament, 0 goals conceded. He deserves the benefit of the doubt. That's what the argument is. Does he deserve the benefit of the doubt? And I would say yes. I would say he does deserve the benefit of the doubt. I don't think you can get to a World Cup semi-final. It doesn't matter how you get there. To get to a World Cup semi-final and then have your team on the brink of another major tournament semi-final and not get the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying that you have to believe that he's a world-class manager or anything like that. But to say, you know what? I might not believe in this team that you've selected. I might not believe in those tactics that you picked out. But you know what? I'm going to give you, as I said, the benefit of the doubt because you seem to select the team that you want to play and you get the result that the country needs, that the team needs, that the nation needs. And says, let's draw comparisons, Neeks. Genuine question. Do you believe in Ollie? I think there is many similarities between the two. I'm not necessarily meaning in terms of style of play or anything like that. But when Southgate joined England as a nation, the international football team, FA, etc., they were in a mess. They came out of Euro 2016, sacked Roy Hodgson after getting knocked out to Iceland. Terrible performances and a disgraceful way to exit the tournament. Then they played then they hired Sam Allardyce, and he played one game. I think it was against Bulgaria or something like that. Won it in the 90th minute. Was it Adam Lallana scored it? I can't remember properly. And then he got sacked after one game because of a newspaper bust that happened regarding some payments that were made for whatever it was. So the reputation of England at that point, both on the field and now off the field, was heavily questioned. Heavily questioned. Gareth Southgate won an under 20 or 21 tournament with obviously the younger team. And he obviously was successful with that team, and England were in a mess. So he had to bring some kind of stability back into England, bring the nation together, bring some camaraderie and homogeny between the team, the fans, and of course the board, the FA, his managers. Now, I think he's done that, because you go into, especially this tournament after the World Cup, you went to the World Cup and it's like, not much belief. England were here for the ride, and they got to the semi-final and they started to believe. And they go into this tournament like, well, based on the World Cup, England we've got a genuine chance to actually go deep into the tournament. Not necessarily to win it. I mean, some people did say win it. The it's coming home is always going to happen. Like, it just is what it is. Don't take it too seriously. But I think there was genuine belief, not necessarily belief in Southgate and his tactics, blah, 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 but he has brought a link between the fans and the team. Some, what's the word? When you, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like when they kind of relate. There's a relation. That's the word. There's a relation between English fans and the England team now. And a lot of that comes down to that Gareth Southgate. And the reason why I say that's similar to Ollie, in answer to the question, is because when Solskjaer took over Man United, we were an absolute mess. We were on the back of two experienced but ultimately failed managers. Jose specifically, the club was in a mess. Players wanted to leave, didn't want to renew contracts. They weren't playing. Like, it was horrible. He had no trust. There was no belief from the board in him. It was like they were just waiting to sack him. And I don't know why it took so long. And they got rid of him, and Man United needed some stability. Man United fans needed some kind of belief, something to cling on to. And Solskjaer brought that back. Now, you can question the tactics. You can question whether they should have, when we play the big teams, when we do this, we don't do this, we don't do that. But as Sammy says here, Southgate gets the job done. And that's similar to Solskjaer. Now, it depends what job it is you want done, because, of course, neither of them have won any trophies so far, whether it be World Cup, Nations League. Now they're in the Euros. Obviously, of course, there's a chance they can win it. But it's like, what is the minimum expectation of the nation or of the club? Man United must be playing Champions League football. England should be getting to knockout rounds of the major tournaments. And both of them are doing that in a way that isn't too fashionable and in a way that isn't too excitable in terms of the style of football. It's not very dynamic, etc., etc. There's doubts about it. But ultimately, the fans of both England and Man United feel much closer to their team than they did before their appointment, after Roy Hodgson and Big Sam, and after Jose Mourinho. So I think there is some comparisons. I'm going to bring in Ramsey in a second. And F says, no, I believe Man U and England have ballers, and I stand with those who believe Ollie is not what Man United need. As a Liverpool fan, I feel the same for England. It's all good you can get in the best manager if you want. England had Capello, who is a world-class, well-renowned, successful manager, and it did not work because there was a lack of relatability between him and the players, and then ultimately the team and the fans. So it's not as simple as let's just get a better manager, because the situation that those managers walk into are very toxic, are very different, are very broken, that you need to be a good manager, and you also need to either be a good coach or hire good coaches. So I don't think it's as simple as, oh, they got ballers, the manager's not good enough. You have to, there's context to every situation. I'm going to bring in Ramsey now. The poll that we've got running says, or the question: does Gareth Southgate deserve more respect? Um, Obviously, going to a tournament, there was as I was saying earlier to the viewers, there's a lot of debate and doubt about Southgate. Is he good enough? What team's going to select? Too defensive, blah, 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 blah. Based on the first 4 games of the tournament, England haven't conceded a goal. Obviously, there's a realistic chance of England reaching a final. Does he deserve a bit more respect, or at least the benefit of the doubt when it comes to picking his teams and the way he wants England to play?
Yeah, I think he's like he's had more criticism coming into this tournament than the last, coming off the back of getting England to a semi-final of a World Cup. Let's not forget. And in extra time that they went out? Like, so, like, coming off the back of that, like, I never had any question marks of him getting into this tournament in terms of does he deserve to be there? Because he just got to a semi-final. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can only judge, you're only a judge, especially at international level, on how you've been your last tournament. The past 3 years, you can't judge a group stage is winning every game in a group stage. You just like the teams they're playing and coming up against, like you expect them to win. The problem is, I think England fans are disappointed with the style of football, maybe leading up to the tournament. Like watching England's boring. Let's not lie. It's sometimes like these dead games. Sometimes San Marino and that, even when they're winning 5-6-0, I just look so boring the way that they're playing. But at the end of the day, results is all that matters in these tournaments. And so when you get here, it's like we said it the other day. Like they haven't been playing well, but if they beat Germany, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
If they went out to Germany, it's like okay, you not had a good tournament, you not played well the whole time. But when you go through, it's like okay, cool. Now you're here. Everyone will now take a 1-0 win from now till next week Sunday. Everyone take that. Like there's no doubt about that. Like England fans will love that, and I think for the first time in a long time, obviously with the path drawn out as well, you could realistically see England winning the tournament. Like before, as you were saying before, under Capello and Ericsson, the players were there, but the mentality to maybe win every single game weren't there at the biggest stages.
Yeah.
You know, if you think back to Brazil and the World Cup, and they go a man down, and you still don't have the resources to get over the line. I feel like with Southgate, even though the style is maybe not there, and even the players are probably not as good as they were back then, there's like a unit together where they do work well together when they play, and they don't seem to get beat that often or outplayed that often under Southgate. So, you know, I think he deserves more respect, man. And I wouldn't have necessarily talked about the new deal for the next tournament during this tournament. I think that's probably a bit a step too far.
And it's funny because the question from NF was let's draw comparisons between Southgate and Ollie, and Man United did the same thing. Season wasn't over, and I say Man United, it's leaks in it. It's leaks, but it came out that Ollie's going to get a new contract, and it's like we're in the middle of a season. We ain't won nothing under him, or obviously this season itself. We've been knocked out of the FA Cup, knocked out of the Champions League. We're no longer in a title race. The only thing in terms of silverware we can go for is the Europa League. Obviously, we ultimately didn't win it, but it's all about timing. And I think there's a reason why that new contract hasn't been announced yet. They are waiting for if we had won the Europa League, it would have been announced. We didn't, and they're waiting for maybe a good summer, getting Sancho, Varane, CDM, whatever. And it's like, oh, Ollie needs a contract. So everyone's like, oh, fair enough. Okay, cool. I agree. Like, why would you stay before the tournament? Like, you can tell Gareth Southgate. You can tell him, like, listen, regardless of what happens, you're here for World Cup 2022. So relax, do your job. There's no pressure per se, even though there should always be pressure in that regard.
But I even think you should say that, because if England lose 1-0 in every game in the group, Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland, you shouldn't be in the job. Like, so I don't even think you should even be communicating that to him. You should be telling him, listen, you need to go out and do your job. Just do your job. Don't forget what happens.
I hear that.
Yeah, as you said, they're leaking it to bring momentum, to bring support behind the manager, because no matter what, that whatever happens, he's going to be there next year.
Yeah,
at the World Cup, and it is obviously only next year as well. That's probably plays a part. The fact that it's only a year.
If it was another full 2 years, then I think that's enough time to. I mean, a year and a half ain't too much different than 2 years, but it's about how many matches you're actually going to play in that time.
Yeah, exactly.
To get a new, if you want to get a new manager in, that might even have a new way of playing. I know that kind of stuff can fit in. It's a different. When do you start the process? Because I know they ain't started already. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let me go through some of these comments before kickoff. Okay, it says, as a Liverpool fan, I want Ollie to be Man U manager, I guess, because I don't see you lot competing as an Englishman. I don't want that at my club or nation. Sammy says, Ollie, Southgate, Zidane, the three most disrespected managers. See, I wouldn't put Ollie and I think they are disrespected more than they should be, but I wouldn't put them in the same sentence or category. Zidane has commanded that respect by what he's achieved. Ollie and Southgate is more belief or lack of. You believe that they might be successful, or you don't believe. Zidane, it doesn't matter what you say, he's proved it already. So he deserves that respect. So yeah, I hear you, but I wouldn't put them together. I would not. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. I'm not a nearly man, and in the context with the path we now have, I respect it. Now I expect it. I think England. All right, based on the Denmark game today, should England get through against Ukraine?
Should England get through?
Should England get through against Ukraine? Obviously, they're going to play Denmark.
Yeah.
Would at this stage right here, would it be a failure if England don't make the final? Or is it understandable if they lose to Denmark?
I don't think losing a semi-final at a big tournament's a failure, but it's an opportunity missed. I'd say a big opportunity missed. It's difficult because you're not playing a good team, but why are they not a good team? Everyone in the semi-final for me deserves to be there. You're there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? That there are bigger sides that didn't make the quarterfinals, as we've already seen, and semi-finals. So why should it be the individual team that you say, oh, they're not good enough, you should be beating them? Well, the other teams that were good enough, they beat already. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe they had an easier path, whatever. But they're there for a reason. I still think you get to semi-final, you're there for a reason. And so I wouldn't call it a failure, but a massive opportunity missed. For me today, the Ukraine one will be a failure. I think it's a failure to do so with Ukraine. I think it's just a level below. It's a much bigger level below. It's it's a round below as well. It's a quarterfinals. And something that I'm reading a report today saying if England lose today to Ukraine, it will go down as one of the top 5 biggest shocks in Euros history.
Is that based on what rankings?
Yeah, I assume so. Or probability of winning a game. I think based on the bookies, based on the rankings, based on opinions. England, they said today England are like 70% in the
probability
have a 70% probability to win. I think that England Iceland result was in their top 5 of I can't remember which article, but that was in the top 5 of top 5 Euro shocks basically. So. And again, if you're looking at it from outside of England, obviously we know England very well, but people looking on, like imagine this was like France playing Ukraine and they go out, we'll be like, this is mad. How you lose to England are ranked 3rd in the world for a reason, And
you say for a reason, I say because the reason is because the rankings are BS.
Well, they got to a World Cup semi-final.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it's the last major tournament. So you can only
but they played qualifiers, they played Nations League.
And they've won every game.
They can't win every game because they're not in the Nations League final.
No, they've won. Well, I think they drew with Spain, didn't they, or whatever it was. But obviously they're third. They're third based on, but the rankings are based on at least one tournament back. That goes back at least one tournament in terms of how you get there. So. You get to a World Cup semi-final, you get put third. That's not a surprise to anyone, I don't think. And it's about England. Listen, England have disappointed for years by bookies, by rankings, and so now here's your opportunity to try and actually do what the bookies make you out to be. You're now the favourites for the tournament, but can you deliver it?
I think the home advantage is definitely a factor.
It's key. It will be key.
For me, Italy are.
Well, they said at the moment the top 4 teams, as in Italy, Spain, Denmark, and England, have all had their group stage games at home, and they were the highest ranked teams to have their group stage games at home.
And here they are. And here they are.
You go.
England are playing the semis and the final.
Yeah.
If they get there at home, I would say right now I would still put Italy favourites. Obviously, them being in the semis is one thing, so England have an extra game to actually go through. And I mean, I guess they've got the harder potential semi-final. But I actually I have more faith in Italy beating Spain than I do England beating Denmark. I believe both would beat Denmark, or both would win their semi-final if England were to get there. But if I saw an upset or a shock, or the favourite not winning, I would think it's going to come on England's side. Italy just looks so polished. They look so polished, and I think
I think the other way around. I'll be more shocked if England go out to Denmark. I think that Spain have got a massive chance to go through.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I'm not, listen, I'm not saying Spain have been playing the. I'm not saying Spain have been playing the best or have been the best, but I think the level between England and Denmark and Spain and Italy is so big, other way around, that I'll be more shocked.
Player for player, I agree. But in terms of this tournament, England ain't been scintillating.
No.
In terms of this tournament, can you categorically say England's played better than Denmark? I think they've played slightly better than Denmark.
I think you have to say yes. It's a bit harsh because obviously Denmark lost the first 2 games.
I think they played slightly better than Denmark. The first game for Denmark is a big anomaly. Obviously, a lot happened in that game, and they still completely dominated it. Of course, they lost to Belgium, fair enough. But I don't know if they've been England's been better, I agree. But I think Italy have been better than Spain by a bigger margin than England's been better than Denmark.
I agree. But I'll still be more shocked if England go out to Denmark than Italy and Spain. I just feel like, obviously, there's experience in that as well. Spain have been here. They know what it's like to get through. So it's going to be... It's been a long time since Denmark have been at this stage of a major tournament. So
Peter Schmeichel was there, and Harris Schmeichel again.
Exactly, long time. England have been to Euro semi.
Schmeichel was in goal in '92, and now Schmeichel's still in goal in 2001. It's the same team, same experience, and running through the veins. It is kicked off, by the way. Ukraine versus England. Abdi said Sancho. That's it. That's all you need to say. Sancho joined the wrong side of Manchester. He joined the noisy neighbours.
Listen, I think
you're right. He did all those years ago, and now he's joined the right side. I get you. So,
to be fair, you're right. This is the worst time to join Man United. You join Man United now for you leave Man City then, you join Man United now. What are you thinking, bro? Man City's where you need to go. He
is trying to bring the greatest club in England back to its glory days. That's a real legacy.
Yeah, he's been trying. Pogba been trying for years, bro. Pogba been trying for years.
And all he needed was Sancho. All he needed was Sancho. Who knew?
Sancho was a baby when he came. Not long out of diapers.
Ramsey, as a rival, what is your expectation of Sancho? Oh, sorry.
What, today or?
Go with.
I guess a rival means Premier League.
Must be Premier League. Must be for Man United because
Before I say that, in terms of today, in my personal opinion, this is England's best front three. I know Grealish. No, as in Sterling, Sancho, Kane.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that three.
Sorry, Sterling, Sancho, Kane. I know Grealish has got an argument to be there, and I think technicality-wise, he's probably maybe better in certain aspects. But in terms of goals and creating goals and being able, I'm basing it a lot around how they play for their clubs as well.
Oh, was that a penalty? Mount's gone down.
No.
They're gonna check that. I think there might have been a leg tangle. I think it was very soft, but we'll see.
Yeah, would have been soft. But I think as overall quality, I think Sancho is the best right wing in the squad.
Yeah.
Natural right winger. I probably have Sterling over Grealish.
I would as well because I just think.
Go for it.
Okay, Kane. Oh, scored. Kane has scored and Raheem Sterling assist.
Wow.
He does it. I'm actually so mad that I forgot to change my captain because I wasn't change it to Kane.
Did it change it?
So yeah, I forgot to do my team. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel's conceded anyway, so it didn't make a difference in that case. But I meant to change it to either Kane or Sterling. I wasn't decided. I was going to change to Kane overall. But
yeah, Kane's my captain.
oh, God. I knew that he's also got a score today. He scored in the last game.
A great ball from Raheem. A great ball from Raheem.
Great ball. That's a great ball. One day's going to be front pages.
Oh, okay, with the keeper. Oh, what a ball.
It's a great ball. It's a great ball.
A bit lucky. Came off the goalkeeper, but listen, you don't score.
You gotta take your chances, innit? No, I agree with you. The front three, because I think Sancho is. Oh, I'm watching the cricket as well. That is horrible. We're struggling, man. Yeah, Sancho's the best right winger, and he's a creative right winger. Sterling is an inside forward, and then Kane's a brilliant goal scorer, and he's obviously shown his creative ability as well. I think it's the right balance that you have. Whereas if you had Grealish and Sancho, I don't think there's enough goals in that. I know Sancho scored a fair few, but I don't think there's enough goal scoring instinct in that front three, especially when if you've got Mount behind. Like Mount's not much of a goal scorer either, so I think it's the right balance by having Sterling and Sancho.
Yeah, that's just anyway. So, but bring it back to the Premier League. My expectations. Well, I'm expecting to see an 85. What is he? 85 million euro player or whatever.
Yeah, 72 million pounds.
72 million pounds. I'm expecting that level, and that level is he needs to be. The Nicolas Pepe of Man United. That's the price we're talking about here. That's the price we're talking about here. So, listen, as I said, look, he's talented. There's no doubt about I think he's too talented for him not to do well in England, in Man United. With the squad that Man United have as well around him, it may not be as prolific as he was at Dortmund, because he probably has to do a lot more work there than some of the others. So you may see a drop off in terms of output, goals and assists, maybe. Because I don't need to rely on Sancho to do everything like Dortmund do. I know Dortmund obviously got other good players as well, but there's probably a bit more Man United have got in terms of Bruno, Martial,
Sorry, just looking at that Mount thing. He definitely got tripped. That Mount possible penalty. But did the ball go out of play before that goal after that trip? I don't think it did. I'm not sure if it did.
All right, let me rewind.
Obviously, they scored after, so it's like you're not going to go back and check it, are you?
Let me rewind. Hold on.
I'm not sure if it went out of play. I don't remember seeing anything saying like check over or anything. Obviously, there might be.
Well, they never said check. They never said there was a. Oh,
yeah, they
didn't say when it's checked. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there was a. Look, he definitely got clipped. It would have been quite soft, but he definitely got clipped.
Yeah. Right, I'm going back to see, right? So it goes in, Mount gets clipped. Right, now let's go on a bit. Okay. Goes to the left, goes to the right.
Ball bouncing around the area.
Literally ball went from right to left.
Yeah.
To Sterling to Kane. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it went out. So even whether it was a penalty or not, they're not going to say, all right, now rule out the goal penalty. Pretty advantage.
That's how you just right. Check complete. Oh, no.
Yeah, check complete. No penalty. Well done, ref. Peter Walton. Peel won't come on. He probably
Yeah.
yeah, that definitely wasn't a penalty. That's why they didn't give it.
I don't think the BBC have got a ref.
Oh yeah, right. That's
I think he's
ITV.
ITV, isn't it? I don't think they have one.
Bring up
They
Dermot.
never do, to be fair.
No, they don't.
It's always BT. Sky don't normally have one either, do they? It's usually BT
No,
and
yeah, BT.
ITV.
Trying to step out. So nobody wants P.O. Walton. Was there someone before P.O. Walton? No. No, he used to go do it after the game, wasn't it? Or like halftime or
Yeah.
but now he
There
does
used to
it
be someone.
live as it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well put it after he takes that long to give his
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well wait till the end of the game. MN, yo, how you doing? I'm good. Pick up yourself, like the video. Of course, you've been riding with us from the start of the Euros. We say let's put context, but then at the same time take context out. The World Cup was good until we came across a stiff opposition. Now we beat the Germans, so I respect the win, but hold some restraint. Yeah, but obviously there's two things. Obviously, you can only beat who's in front of you or lose. That's the first thing. Secondly, England came off the back of getting knocked out of a competition to Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
So beating the teams that you should beat obviously wasn't a given when it came to England. It's like when Sven-Goran Eriksson was managing England. People are, oh, he needs to win the golden generation. And I hear that. They should have done better. But prior to that, England weren't even guaranteed to qualify for major tournaments. Like he was blitzing the the qualifyings and getting to quarterfinals of every major tournament. And he went out on a penalty shootout to Portugal twice and lost to Brazil who was the eventual World Cup winners. Well, for me, the best international team I've seen in my lifetime. France. Obviously, Spain's up there, France is up there as well. But
France 2018, hear that?
No, France 98. France 2018 couldn't even back it up with a Euros either side. France 98 went bam, Euro 2000, win that.
They backed up with a 2016 Euro final, isn't it?
That ain't good enough. At home as well, you lost to Portugal. Head to head. Nah, that's embarrassing. That's actually one of the worst World Cup winners. So that yes, people are like, oh, Sven didn't do this, Sven didn't do that. And I'm like, I hear you. They should have done better, but they didn't get knocked out to bums. They got knocked out to very, very good teams. 2004, 2004 Portugal, wasn't it? 2006 Portugal, 2002 Brazil, and then England didn't qualify for the 2008 Euros under McLaren. So like before and after him, England weren't even guaranteed to qualify for major tournaments. Yet he was getting a lot of criticism because they didn't go further. So I get it, expectations change. But with Southgate, I said England got knocked out to Iceland, the tournament before. And what was the World Cup? So that was 2016, World Cup 2014. They got battered 4-1 by Germany, scraped through their group.
But the ball crossed the line, though, don't forget.
It did, but they would just lost 4-2 instead. And I'm trying to think. So that was 2014, 2012 Euros. They did well. I think they did all right. I lost to Italy on penalties, yeah. 2010, who they got? No, 2010 was 2010 was Germany. That was a 4-1. That was on.
2014. Did they get out of the group? One of them, they didn't get out of the group, did they?
So 2010, they got out of the group. Slovenia, I think it was Slovakia. Jermaine Defoe scored on the last game of the group, and they lost 4-1. That was 2010. 2012, they lost to Italy in the Euros. 2014. I'm trying to remember what happened in that World Cup. That was the Algeria World Cup. Did they not get out of the group?
I don't know if they got out of the group.
World Cup 2014. That was the Algeria one where Rooney swore into the cameras. So I mean, I know I think they drew. Is that the one? Did they draw 1-1 with
Costa Rica?
Mistake, was that one? 1-1 with USA. I'm trying to remember now. 2014 World Cup. Let's see. Group stage. England.
Then they drew with Costa Rica, didn't they? Remember?
Oh my! England finished bottom. Oh God! They finished bottom of the group.
Yeah.
Well, who was manager? Roy Hodgson. And he kept his job. It couldn't have been wrong. It couldn't have been.
No, I don't think it was. Was it? Was that?
Let me see. Roy.
No, I don't think Roy had a World Cup, did he? Must have
It couldn't
been
have been
Capello.
Roy. Was Capello still there? After they got bad by Germany. England. Yeah, England. 2012 to 2016. Roy Hodgson.
Mm.
How the hell did he keep his job? How the hell did he keep his job? That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that was bad. They had Italy and Uruguay in the group, innit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't an easy group, but Costa Rica topped it.
Yeah.
Who scored?
They beat
Was it Campbell? Yeah, Campbell was in that World Cup. The
yeah.
Arsenal, was it
Mm.
John Campbell? I think his name was. So then England lost 2-1 to Italy, 2-1 to Uruguay, and 0-0 with Costa Rica.
Mm.
Like, and Southgate's come in and got to a semi-final in his first tournament, and man's talking about you only beat who was in he had an easy position. England losing to stiff and flexible opposition. Like it was.
And also they when they lost, they tended to lose to the first big team they came up against. Now South Africa's beaten Germany.
Well,
So
now,
it's like
yeah. Now
yeah. So
they were in the Nations League semi-final. So I can't remember who was in their group. Was Germany in their group in the Nations League when they got to the semis?
no.
Who was in their group?
Spain.
Nations League 20 was it
Spain and
19?
someone else.
Nations League 20. Well, yeah. Well, let's see. League A, England, Spain, and Croatia.
Hmm.
And that was after the World Cup. That's a decent group.
Hmm.
That's a decent group. Yeah, I mean, for me, Southgate has earned, if not respect, he's. What happened there? Oh, that was a terrible ball. I think that ball's gone out. Yeah, I say
Who was
terrible
that?
ball. It was miscommunication. The ball across and Sterling just ran. No, so Sterling. Luke Shaw's ran and the ball's been right behind him. Sterling tried to.
Luke Shaw didn't even want to chase that back. Sterling just come out.
West Indies have just taken a wicket, 128 for 2 or 14 overs, 9 and over. That gets them to
Give me one sec. Come on.
yeah, that gets them to 180. Harry's in a hurry. Well, that's his second goal of the tournament. I expected him to score today. I think he could get 2 today. I think he could. Sterling's going to get MVP. I'll ask Ramsey about that when he comes back. Have a discussion. Anyone who knows where to watch the current game, BBC, BBC iPlayer, BBC Sport, BBC One, anywhere you can get BBC, you can watch it. If not, I can't help you there. Ooh, Ukraine breaking, 1-on-1 v Stone. I'm guessing it's Yaramchuk shot saved by Pickford, easy save, and Pickford shouts at people as he does. I don't know who lost the ball there. I kind of just missed it. A poor pass from Kyle Walker back, and John Stones on the back foot. Twist and turn. He keeps the defender at the striker at a narrow angle, so narrows down the next one. Neeks, I rate Kane so highly that I won't rule him out the Golden Boot race. You can rate Kane highly. Will England create enough chances for Kane to score what he needs, 4 more goals? I don't know. I don't know if he will create enough chances for him. I don't rule Sterling out, but Sterling will need to score today. You have to score today. Yeah, he needs 4 more goals. I'm not sure about that. Kane would have to get a hat trick today, and I would say, okay, yeah, he's got a chance. He's got a chance. Italy, Uruguay, yeah, Costa Rica, as you said. I can see at that point we've been dead since my birth, 1995. Yeah. When you look at the players that England have had, forget this tournament, but in the years, players that obviously perform at a Premier League level, and then as the years went by, the 2000s performing at European level, Champions League, etc., massively underachieved. But then, as I said, the teams that they lost, especially under Ericsson, I think Ericsson, for me, I'm not gonna say he did as much as he could, because I think if he wasn't so stuck in the 4-4-2. We're going to play 4-4-2. I think he could have done something different, a bit more innovative. Sorry, change to a 4-3-3. Get Michael Carrick in the team in a DM position, or Owen Hargreaves at time. England could have done something more, but he was just rigid and stuck with his 4-4-2. And in the end, it was like a lot of times it was square pegs in round holes. Sterling is buzzing around there. Yeah, it was square pegs in round holes. And in the end, they couldn't beat a major nation when they came up against them. But I think he did okay. As his qualifying was brilliant. Obviously, Euro 96, they got to the semis. Italian 90, they got to the semis. 98, lost in the last 16. Last 16? Was it last 32? I can't remember how many teams in the World Cup. 32, yeah, so last 16 to Argentina, yeah. England's been an up and down team, considering the quality of player they have had. Let's see if we can get some of the match stats up. Let's see what's really popping. Yeah, so if Pickford conceded that would have been embarrassing. That would have been embarrassing. Let me see something. 1-0 England. Let's get some stats up in this place. Ain't nothing wrong with a bit of stats. We're all watching the game. Let's see. Stop. Right. So obviously England are dominant. England should have started Sancho. My friend, give him. Let me see. Is that what I wonder? Is that what Twitter's saying about Sancho? I wonder.
I saw him switch. Has he gone back?
He was on the left briefly.
He's gone back there.
Let me see.
You know what's mad? This England team right here, it's supposed to be Big Sam's team, isn't it? And really, this is supposed to be Big Sam's team.
Let's see. Anyone talking about Sancho? Don't worry, they will soon. If England win and that girl cries on camera, she's an industry plant.
I saw someone say that today. Like, no matter what, if we lose today, I need to see fake tears from you so we can get some money.
Someone said put Sterling on a £20 note. Little touch there. Little play there. Raheem on the left. Shaw on the overlap.
Oh.
There's no one there. There's no one.
No one. That's what you needed. Someone.
You're just waiting. Someone's gonna come into the screen. Someone's gonna come into the screen.
Pavard. Was that Pavard at the World Cup?
Yeah. See him. Pavard. I remember in the World Cup, who was it? Portugal against Spain. Was it Nacho? Someone scored that singing goal.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like, you see someone on the edge of the area from there. Bam! That was good link-up play. I'm not even sure who that was. A Parker. Who was that? Was that who flicked
Sancho Sterling.
Sancho Sterling.
Yeah.
You happy, Sammy? Yeah, England playing Sancho. You happy? I hope you are. The question, or not question, was a statement from Sammy saying Sterling's going to get MVP. Obviously, in terms of, I don't know what they call it in here, player of the tournament. Italy, Serie A called it MVP, didn't they? I'm just like, I hear you, but that's American, isn't it? Just keep them with a.
Yeah, we don't deal with MVP.
No, it's just player of the tournament, man of the match, whatever you want to call it, MVP. But anyway, is Sterling a shout for player of the tournament?
Yeah, it has to be. The thing is, with player of the tournament, as I said before, sometimes it's not always the player of the tournament because you kind of have to be in the final.
Yeah.
to be played at the tournament.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know the last person who won it who wasn't in the final, but if England get to a final and if they win it, I probably think England needs to win it, maybe
Well, it
more
depends.
so for him because
a lot of it depends when the voting is done. Because if you remember, Zidane won player of the tournament in the World Cup because obviously the votes are finalized before full time.
Yeah.
And obviously it was 1-1 going to extra time. He then got sent off. Now, of course, if that happened already, he probably wouldn't have won it. But if he's in the final and it's a tight game, I think he has to be in the running.
Yeah,
has to be in the running. And if you think if it's an England Italy final, you're thinking it's between Sterling and maybe Jorginho. Those probably between two best. Spinazzola won't play the next two games. If it's England, Spain, who from Spain's in the running for it? Pedri. I think Pedri probably, especially being so young. He's probably a big shout for a young player of the tournament right now.
Yeah.
Pedri's a shout. Possibly Spain get to the final. Because who's been their standout player? Definitely ain't been the defense. Pedri's been their best midfielder, I think.
I thought Laporte has actually done quite well.
Yeah, but would you give? I don't know.
But I wouldn't. No, I'm not saying he deserves to. Out of their defense, he's done quite well. But I mean, it depends what happens within the final, like and the semis as well. Yeah. Because people like Sarabia, Torres have had big parts to play in them getting there.
Yeah.
So if they end up having a good part in the next two, they could and same with like Insigne, someone like if he has a good next two games, he will definitely be in there. He's had a good tournament.
Yeah, he has. MN says, who got player tournament 2016? I think it was Griezmann, wasn't it?
Yeah, Griezmann. Renato got young player.
Yeah. Neeks, Copa America is the conference league of international football. I can't watch it for long, man. I'm just hoping for Brazil, Argentina final. There's two things with the Copa that's annoying me. Is that the main thing is actually, there's two things, but the main thing is there's no fans. And the atmosphere is so, obviously, there is no atmosphere, so it's dead. You're watching it and it's like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And on top of that, the commentator is boring. It's just
awful. Huh? It's awful.
It's awful.
They don't care.
They don't care. Maybe Sammy, I don't know maybe you're watching even a different coverage to me. Maybe ESPN. I don't know if their commentator is any better. But we got BBC over here. I don't know who the commentator is, firstly, and he got no co-commentator, so it was just him talking to me, and I'm just like, shut up, man.
Like, and the thing is, it's so late at night.
Yeah,
so you need something to keep you up.
Exactly,
man, it's so boring. And I'm like,
give me some fake crowd noise, give me some fake, and he says, give me some samba, get some drums beating or something.
Yeah.
So that is just it's actually depressing me.
Ramel said he has to watch the Colombia games on Spanish TV.
Yeah, because not even on BBC, are they?
No.
Is he Colombian?
His missus is Colombian.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so Brazil Argentina final. It's a strong possibility. I would not be 100% sure Argentina's going to get there. I'm not going to lie.
They got Uruguay in it next. They could play.
If they play, they should beat Ecuador. I can't remember who Uruguay's playing. Bolivia? No, Bolivia's out, aren't they? I can't remember who Uruguay's playing, but Uruguay should win that game. West Indies take another wicket, 144 for free. And Brazil are playing Peru, who just drew 3-3 with Paraguay. 10 men Paraguay. And they went from penalties.
Big Richard's got a big summer coming up, isn't it? He's going to the Olympics as well.
Yep. Has he turned by Sterling? Back to Luke Shaw. And nothing came out. So I expect Brazil to beat Peru. Argentina, Uruguay, if that's the semi-final, I don't think it's Sammy goes, We get the same fee, bro. They can't even afford to pay co-commentator.
It's mad.
Oh god, no, it's poor. Like the coverage is what's really killing it for me. I don't think the quality. I don't think the quality was that bad. I think it's
The thing
okay.
is that just that like couldn't they just send like a team out there, BBC? Couldn't they just send like a team that's not here, it's not in the Euros,
Well,
even a backup team?
it's all quarantine stuff in it. That's why there's no fans in the ground. That they had to move it because head
Yeah,
of
but I mean,
Maguire.
okay, so I mean, they could have done it from here. They could have done it all from England. To be
Yeah, I
fair,
know they could have.
they could have put. He's not working. Dan Walker, Mark Lawrenson, Dion Dublin. That's put them in the studio.
Co-pays on Sport Max. Yeah, it's actually depressing. What I'm literally watching it because
Oh, Uruguay, Colombia tonight.
oh, the Euro Colombia. Okay.
Mm.
I'm only watching it because it's Brazil and they're in it. Like if Brazil got knocked out tomorrow, I wouldn't watch another game. I'm not gonna lie. I would not watch another game. It's not gripping me. And so let's be honest, South American football right now is not in a great place. It's not in a great place. The Brazil team is meaty. The Argentina team is meaty. Uruguay, I mean, they're stars. They're on the wane. Chile, they're on the way. Like it's poor. It's poor. I can't. 2022 World Cup. If Brazil get to the semi-finals, they've had a good tournament. That's the one tournament I ain't backing Brazil to win. I tell you that right now. I cannot. But when Jesus is starting in that team, you know something systematically wrong with Brazilian football.
Don't worry, bro. Gabriel Martinelli will be ready by then.
Oh, it's a sad sight to see, man. Gabriel Jesus was doing up MMA. I'm happy he got sent off, man, after seeing for the rest of the tournament. But
is it a 2-game ban?
I don't know, but that was a dangerous tackle. Ban him for free, man, just in case. Just in case. That was mad. Did you see it? Man went in full.
Yeah, it was awful.
Right to man's head, like that was.
To be fair, didn't De Jong get away with that in the World Cup final?
He did, right.
Hard web.
Whose chest was it?
Oh, his chest. Was it Alonso?
Alonso, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Howard Webb was ref, innit?
I'm not gonna lie, that was a good decision, man. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
He said that's his biggest regret.
Yeah.
Not sending off De Jong in the final.
That was 50-50 challenge, man. Anyone could have. Oh god. There are probably people who want to commentate, and these idiots are boring everybody to death. You have to sending your CV. Give me a commentator job, all right? your graduate experience or something. Nice. It's actually poor. And I said the quality of South American football is real. But ball bouncing around. Sanchez just went on a decent little run down the corner. Sammy, hope you're watching.
Oh god.
Sammy says Jordi Alba's been good, but even he has been rotated. Yeah, Gaia came in for one game, wasn't it? The whole defense. Who's playing right back for Spain? I can't remember.
Aspie.
Cross. Ooh, Aspie. Yeah, Aspie's been okay, to be fair. To be fair on him.
He didn't start right back though. Someone else started right back the first game.
Okay. But he's changed. I think Laporte's played pretty much every game, if not all. But he's changed Pau Torres with
Eric Garcia.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Shot saved.
Another shot.
England just at the edge of the Ukraine countering now, trying to anyway.
Someone was saying the other day that England, Declan Rice is basically being held back by England, told to do a sitting job when he's more than that.
Yeah, because it's him and Souček in the middle for
yeah.
And I think they're both like they kind of rotate. One will go forward and one will stay. And the other one then one will go, another one will go, and the other one will stay. So yeah, he's definitely been doing more defending.
Yeah, but in international football, it's different, man. You gotta have you can't just have
Can't
just
go.
because you can do that.
Yeah.
Just because you can do that at your club doesn't mean you're going to be able to.
Listen, McTominay's playing box to box for Man United. He plays centre back for Scotland. You got to do a job, man. You got to do a job for your country.
It's like just happy. Be happy you're playing, isn't it?
Yeah. The bicycle goal against Brazil was mad. Yeah, that was. I was in the group stages, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember who scored it. Oh, West Indies wicket. Great slower ball by Bravo. Van der Dussen out 100. West Indies have pulled this back very well. Very well. They were looking at South Africa were looking at 180 easily. Now they're begging for 180, so we pulled it back well. Yeah, but like, look at the Brazil. Sorry, what you say?
No, I was like, all I would say is after seeing the quality of commentary on the Copa America, I don't know what the Gold Cup's going to be like.
Oh God. Oh God. Listen, I don't even mind if you get an American calling it soccer. Just give me some excitement, man.
It's on Premier Sports, but that means find a local stream. So I might get an ESPN out there.
Yeah, sportsbay.org. Yeah, I look at Brazil and like Neymar's the only one. Two-Face, what's his name? The Firmino started yesterday, but generally Neymar's the only one with a bit of ingenuity, trying to do something remotely Brazilian. Everything else is just pass and run and kick and I'm actually sick. I'm sick. Fallen from grace is Brazil, man. Fallen from grace. And Argentina's no better. They're even worse. It's literally Messi or bust with them. There are no extra time. Like, at least Brazil.
How is Fred securing that team though?
That's what I'm saying. What I was gonna say is at least Brazil they found a way to like get results in the sense of it's like we've only got one flair player or maybe two if Firmino plays and everyone else just run. That's why Fred is in the team. They'll run, they'll get a goal. But you know what I feel? I feel he needs to just play more Brazilian. When I say Brazilian, I'm talking about the ones who actually play in Brazil. Maybe these players that have come over to England or to Europe in general have just been too westernized and it's just like they ain't got the sauce anymore. I remember in the World Cup and he was playing. I'm trying to remember. There was someone off the bench he kept bringing. Paulinho? Was it Paulinho?
Yeah, Paulinho. Yeah, it was.
And obviously, I think by then he had gone back to Brazil actually because he was at Barca. He went to China.
Wasn't he? Was he China?
He was China, but I think he went back to Brazil. And he was coming to bench and make an impact, but he kept benching him. Same with Firmino. Every time Firmino came off the bench, made an impact. I'm like, get Douglas Costa on the pitch, like someone who can create something. A lot of international football, it's literally 90 minutes. 90 minutes. You need a moment, someone to do something, a moment of brilliance. It's not a sustained season and you can get all your chance for Ukraine. I think it might be offside anyway. Pass back, shot blocked. Must be offside. Maybe not. Okay, thought it was offside. So you just need people on there who can create a moment, and you can't just have one. Neymar's there; they just put 2-3 men on there. Coutinho is someone who can do something different. And I'm just like, I think these players are just too safe, too safe.
Why doesn't he play Fabinho in that?
Well, he plays Casemiro, so Casemiro's the defensive midfielder. I guess.
Well, what's Fred then?
Fred's the attacking midfielder. These stats. Man made the most progressive passes in the final third. Didn't see one assist or goal in it, but it was all forward passes.
Like, Fabinho's got that now.
He has.
I think quality-wise, it's so much better.
No, Fabinho hasn't got that because he plays deeper. One of the two in there needs to go forward. The problem is Fred going forward because Fred is not a DM. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He just ain't very good at the other box. That's the thing. I don't know. You get someone else. They brought on who got subbed off yesterday, and they brought on Paoletta, and he made those late runs into the box, and he scored a goal straight after half time. That's what Paulinho was doing in the World Cup. Late runs into the box. Yeah, it ain't great, man. It ain't great. If Brazil get out of their group, they've done well in the. Oh, and the other thing I was gonna say, sorry, the format. the format of the Copa America is terrible. You got 2 groups of
Oh, 3 people,
5,
yeah.
and 4 go through. I was listening to the radio. I think it was like Tim Vickery, I think it's like a Talk Sport South American correspondent. I think it was him anyway. And he was like, yeah, we just played 4 games to get rid of Bolivia and I don't know who the other team was. Like literally, you play 4 games to get rid of 2 teams. It's unnecessary. There's 10 teams in the tournament. Is it 10? Yeah, 10 teams. Bring in 2 more. Get 2 more in there. Unless you're saying no, find 2 more. Unless they're all Gold Cup teams.
They never used to be like that though, did they?
No, they didn't. Yeah. So I'm saying get 12. Have 4 groups of 3 if you need to, or 3 groups of 4, and goes quarterfinals. Sure. Oh, Sancho,
Jadon Sancho.
go either side, the keeper there.
Offside.
Oh, thank God.
He was offside, sure. He's on.
Yeah, he's on. It would have stood.
Jadon
Turns and he shoots straight at the keeper. That was a golden chance for England and Jadon Sancho. You have to go either side of the keeper there. All right, I'll be fair. I'll tweet it. All right, guys.
Saying Borussia Dortmund, Jadon Sancho got to do better there.
Yep. Yeah, I can't relate to that. That ain't my midfielder, my winger. Ukraine breaking. They made a few forays into the England half. Haven't really created much, but they're on the overlap. Oh, cleared by England out for a corner.
I tell you that the longer England don't score their second,
yep,
you just feel like it's gonna just allow Ukraine more into the game. No, I went across goal.
Yeah. Trinidad battle Montserrat. Yeah, 6-1. Trinidad slapped them in the Gold Cup qualifying. So I mean, I don't know what the
Gold Cup qualifying.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a one-legged thing, but I mean, if you win the first leg 6-1, you should be through. I don't know what stage of the qualifying we're at. Does it mean Trinidad's in? I don't know. It must be because it's starting very, very soon.
Starting next week, yeah.
Yeah, so something that. Oh, Rice is holding Yaremchuk. He needs to be careful. Actually, they're both holding each other, to be fair. But he still needs to be careful. I don't think Brazil have lost a competitive game since 2018. No, they're functional. They're functional. They get the job done. But they ain't good. They ain't great to watch, man. Fabinho's been a water boy this tournament. South Africa pushing towards 170. I don't think Brazil have recovered from being sacrificed in 2014 at the crib. That was embarrassing, man. No Neymar, no Thiago Silva tax. And David Luiz tax. Huh? Call it what it is.
Yeah, when's this? Because I guess if that qualifier's done, the matches will be drawn in it. Because I don't think all the matches.
The groups are done, but there's like spaces.
Yeah, for people
in there
to come
to be confirmed.
I'm
sure that was a wide. That should have been a wide. I'm sure that was down the leg side. So watching the cricket.
Jamaica start against Suriname on Monday.
Yeah, Jamaica's. Wait, have both Jamaica's games been decided yet?
No,
just the Suriname one. So it's groups of 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the top one you go through?
Top 2.
Oh god, well.
No, it's groups of 4. Top 2 go through.
Oh, it's groups of 4. Okay. Stones and Maguire have been legendary. I mean, they've been very good. This whole tournament in general, and they've blocked out cross, headed clear by Luke Shaw, shot past the post by somebody in yellow.
It's coming. Someone's coming.
Something Chenko. That's what it's. Something Enko. Everyone's
It's
an
like
entry.
England are not pushing them, and they're being allowed space to just bomb on a bit.
Yeah. Last over of the T20 first innings. England defense very shaky. I don't think the defense have been shaky. I just think they've been allowed at times to just get at England's defense. But I think Pickford's made one save. So I think the defense has done well. You could maybe question, I would say, more Rice and Phillips in terms of their protection, or just England in general, just managing the ball better.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing. But England's had a couple chances, a couple breaks down. Sancho should have scored. Ollie needs to get him on the finishing table. Show him what it's all about. I tweeted, I was like, Bristol Dortmund's Jadon Sancho got either side of the keeper there. And someone replied, but nice control from Man United's Jadon Sancho, right? Absolutely. Floyd Mayweather voice. Okay. Well, 45 minutes. Oh, Ukraine? No. Cleared by, I think that was Rice. Sancho breaking.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, Sancho. Oh, Jadon. Oh, JD.
Giving it away. You got a free kick.
No, it must be a free kick. Oh, JD. That's 72. Yeah, I see the Pepe in him. I see it. The 72 million. It's all there.
It's all there.
Fantasy flicks. No end product. To be fair, Pepe had, I say he had a decent end to the season. He did. No pressure. So you have to kind of see, well, let's see what happens when the pressure's on. But he had a decent end to the season. His numbers overall for the season weren't bad either. I know he wasn't starting all the time. But if he can build on it, I'm not saying he's ever going to be worth 72 million, but he can be a very, very useful player for Arsenal, I think.
Especially when they ain't got no one else performing. So if he can... Listen, if him and Saka can form a good wide partner, like be good wide players for Arsenal,
yeah,
got a chance of doing something.
Is he better on the left or right?
He was getting Arsenal. He's better on the right. They're both better on the right. That's the issue. I think that's probably the
issue. He's right from the left, don't you think?
Who?
Pepe.
He did do all right from the left, but you could tell at the end of the season when he was playing well, he was just so comfortable coming in on that left foot. And I think I think you got to kind of judge it against the opposition. You won't be allowed that against the sort of top sides in the Premier League. To just come in like the way he was doing against Norwich and bending, or who was it, West Brom, and bending it top bins. You won't be allowed to do that. Because who was on the right? Maybe Martinelli, Smith Rowe.
Okay.
Yeah. But Odegaard has decided to stay at Real Madrid.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, priority number one for the season is gone.
Oh, was he priority number one? So Odegaard's gone, David Luiz is gone. Guendouzi's supposed to go in. Is it to Marseille?
Yeah, it's a good deal.
He's going to Marseille as well. Sorry, quickly, 168 for 4 of 20 overs. West Indies pulled it back. As I said, South Africa were looking well on for 180 at one point. Pulled it back. Can West Indies chase it? We've chased 3 times in this series so far. We've won once, lost twice. It's a 2-2 in the series, so this is the decider. So hopefully West Indies can do it. They definitely pulled it back. And F says we need John Barnes to come out and explain how to express yourself. Come on, lads. Oh, that's the song, isn't it? Nick, so did Benteke have a decent end to the season. Benteke plays for contracts. Anytime contract renewal time, Benteke turns into a beast, and he's just banging in goals. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
And they fall for it every time and give him a new contract.
Don't worry, Patrick Vieira will see right through that. How about that?
Coming up to half time, free kick to England deep. Are they going to launch it forward? No, they pass it. Referee's going
For I saw an interview with you see the interview with Lee Judges talking about he doesn't celebrate when Harry Kane scores for England.
Oh wait, no, I didn't see the interview. What were you saying?
He's basically said because he plays for Spurs, he doesn't celebrate if Kane's. He's an England fan and he celebrates every goal.
Was he saying that in a fan cam?
Yeah, he said it in a fan cam before.
Yeah, I remember him saying.
He said it again the other day because basically people keep having a go at him for not. So like, how can you be an England fan and not celebrate when England scores? But he then said he was saying that he was speaking to Spurs fans and saying, "Oh, so you celebrated when Sol Campbell scored for England?" And they all said no. Every single Spurs fan said no, they didn't celebrate. But that's different. You know, he was a wild player and he left. He went
no, but it doesn't matter. It's England.
Exactly. Your basis, isn't it? If you don't celebrate, that's your principle to not celebrate. But yeah, man, I ain't got time for that, man. International football is international football.
Yeah, when you support your country, whoever your country is, they all represent your country.
Yeah,
support them. That's it.
If anything, there's more reason to support them because you'll be supporting a club there for 1 year, then they'll leave, and then what? You won't be supporting them anymore. So at least your countryman's going to be your countryman forever.
Yep. I hate when I get calls from people that I don't know. It's very annoying.
Mine is usually spam.
I mean, it could be all spam, but God knows.
England halfway through to the semi-finals of the Euros.
Halfway there, whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, I'll make it elsewhere. Oh, I know who that is. I have to call him later. Or I say later, more like tomorrow. By the time I'm done here. Yeah. Call him tomorrow. Yes, it is 1-0 to England against Ukraine. Who knows what they're saying? Because I'm not listening. But England got off the mark very, very early, 4 minutes in. Harry Kane, second goal of the tournament. Of course, Raheem Sterling behind it again. He has been instrumental in all but one goal that England have scored this season. On the left-hand side, Shaw makes the run down the left, drags a couple of defenders, but he's still got a lot of work to do. There's two defenders or midfielders around him, and he slips it past in between another two. Harry Kane runs onto it, first time finish, hits the keeper's chest and goes in. Great play by Sterling and good predatory instinct. Well, he turned his body.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. If he stayed straight,
he tried to
like he wanted to see where the ball
his legs, but by doing that, he twisted his body and it's hit his chest. If he just came out like that, then
keep your body straight. Yeah.
England's had another chance. Oh, that's eight goals for Kane now in major tournaments. Obviously 6 in the World Cup and 2 so far. So he's closing in on Gary Lineker's record of 10. I mean, he could, if England go through, he could get into this tournament. He could get in this tournament. We have to wait and see.
Could get in this game.
He could. But as Shane said, Ukraine were getting better towards the end of the half, and I think they were. I think, to be fair, at different points of the game, not even just the end of the half, but after England took the lead, they had a few breaks. Nothing really came of it in the end. There was one shot that Jordan Pickford had to save, but I don't think it's like they were lacking. I don't want to say belief, but just a bit of quality in the final third. In about maybe 3 or 4 breaks that they had. Is that because, I mean, are they having those breaks because England took their foot off the gas or just weren't able to control the pace of the game? Did England?
I think they did. I think they took their foot off the gas a bit. I think they just kind of let Ukraine have the ball a bit more than they probably should have.
Yeah.
If you dominate the ball, you don't get that. But it's like towards the end of the half, they're sort of started to let Ukraine have a bit more of the ball and that let them come onto us. But again, as you said, there's not. Pickford had nothing to do really.
No, yeah, the one shot that if he had conceded it, he would be actually getting caned by the media. So yeah, they ain't really. I think there was one chance really where I think it's like pull it back. You got men in the box, pull it back, and then I think he went for. I'm trying to think, was that? I think he went for a shot. I don't know what he went for in the air. Yeah, they haven't really created many chances. Obviously, the Declan Rice had a shot from the edge of the box. Their best chance probably came from was a bad Kyle Walker back pass, and then had a chance to run at Stones. England had a chance to cut it back, and there was no one there at the edge of the box. Good little interplay between Sterling and Sancho. England's had their chances, and then another play, Sterling puts in Luke Shaw. Sancho turns, shoots from about maybe 15 yards out, but straight at the keeper. He has to try and angle it, has to try and go either side, but he didn't. And it's still 1-0. So it's anyone's game right now. England, of course, winning, but as you said, the longer it goes on, Ukraine got a chance.
Do you think if Saka's fit, he starts today?
No, I don't think
he would have started Sancho regardless.
Sancho, Grealish. I'm actually surprised Sancho started.
That's what I'm saying. Because Saka's injured.
No, but then I would have gone with Grealish. I think he could have gone with Grealish. Sterling on the right, Grealish on the left. I felt you needed an extra, not that Saka can't, but an extra creator on the edge of the box. Let me sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, he was bailing off my phone, man. I said, listen, I'll call you back. Oh, God. Yeah, I just think someone on the edge of the box who can maybe dribble in and out of a player and create something, a bit like create something out of nothing, so to speak. Be it that way. Saka's a good creator, but I think in this England team anyway, one of his more useful assets that Sancho and Grealish don't provide is the tracking back, and then obviously the carrying the ball from them deep, because he's back there helping out defending, which was useful against Germany. So I felt in this game, especially 2 games in a row he played, I felt take him out anyway. And if you want to bring him in the semi-finals or something like that, cool. But you don't want to just he played well once or twice. I just leave him in there forever. It's like he's still a young player. Take him out a bit, bring him back in. That's why I wouldn't have started him today, regardless. But he definitely deserves to start against Germany the other night. What about you? Would you start him?
I said Foden. I thought you would have gone Foden today. I'm surprised. I'm still quite surprised he didn't.
Pep tax, man. Pep tax. Foden can't do it.
Does he know? Does Gareth know his best team there?
What does that mean? You play a different team every week or every match?
So he doesn't have a best team then. He's got
I don't think he's got a best 11.
Yeah, he's got a best 11.
9? Yeah. So I think Pickford, Walker. So regardless of the formation he's playing, Walker. I would say the back 4. I think right at this stage you can say the back 5 is 30. As of this tournament, it's those 2 in the middle. But I think if Henderson was fit before the tournament, I think he could have easily taken one of those spaces. Maybe I don't know who. I don't know who he would decide to go for, but I think he could have taken one of those spaces. But right now, to win this tournament, I think those 5 at the back, Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice are 7. Kane, maybe he's got 10. Because I think Mount is his first choice, as is Sterling and Kane. I think the only decision to make is who plays on the right side or who plays in that other position. Because of course, if you bring in a Grealish, then I think Sterling probably goes over to the right hand side.
And if you play a different formation, you might bring a right wing back.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I think he's probably got his best 10, which is as close to a best 11 as you can get without having the best 11, I guess. Which I don't have an issue with that because you say if you change the back 3 or 5, then that's a whole new setup. If you play Grealish, Sancho, Saka, Foden, I think all of them offer something different. So it's kind of horses for courses in that position. Oh, Trent
live from Mobs, yeah, vibing it out in Mobs.
I was gonna say I wonder how he's feeling. He must be pissed, but I guess it because he's out on the injury, it's a bit less than
it's less. Yeah,
I didn't get selected.
And he got selected.
Yeah,
he wasn't. It wasn't in the end. It wasn't in the end. But you don't get a medal. You don't get a medal.
No, you know. Spinazzola might get one because he's been there. Let me see some of these comments quickly. Sammy says, I want United to sell Martial to Betis. Why? Because you want Betis to challenge Real Madrid for the league? Martial does. 50-goal season. After seeing our fixtures, I can confirm Carlo is going to get sacked after the Madrid derby. Oh, God. Well, if you sell Varane, maybe you might be right. Selling him and Solanke. What's this? Oh, Benteke. Him and Solanke was the best business Liverpool did. I mean, you sold Solanke for 20. You sold Benteke for what you bought him for, innit? You bought him for 32. I think you sold him for about 30. Don't know how Aston Villa. What the hell? I mean, to be fair, Aston Villa, he had a good season. Aston Villa, like 30 goals, and he's been poor ever since. I say 30 goals. It might have been a bit less than that. All comps, 20 something. You sold Brewster to Sheffield United, and he ain't kicked the ball in anger since he's been there. That's about 20 million. And you sold Ibe to Bournemouth for about 20 million. I don't know how you lot do it, but you really sell some dead weight for big money. I'll give you that. If we somehow win this tournament, England will be ranked #1 in the world, and a new bank holiday will be announced. Well, so we're gonna get a Euro bank holiday and Lizzie's Jubilee bank holiday. Give me a 5-day weekend. What are you talking about? 5-day weekend. Ramsey, do you want Ceballos for free?
No, we gave him back to you, bro, for a reason. Can I have him? Keep him.
Oh, good.
Ceballos and Odegaard link up.
Who do you think's been the best player in the first half?
Probably, maybe even Sterling. You know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm certain on that. I think he's looked lively. Anytime he's got even near the ball, you see man running back to try and keep the ball in play. Like he this whole tournament, he has looked the most. I'm not saying
dangerous.
Other players don't want to win, but like he's got something to prove and something to do. Like he has got something to do this tournament. I don't know if it's a case of I can win it at Wembley, and Wembley being like my home kind of thing. All of that playing into it. Obviously, a lot of the negative media energies. Maybe the Champions League final. All of that played into it. Like I need to step up because he's been electric this whole tournament. When a lot of the England players have been tepid and dysfunctional, like not really offering a spark. He has been the spark for England. So yeah.
Do you think? I'm trying to remember.
Pause.
Do you was Sterling one of the players that were reportedly offered to Spurs for Harry Kane? Can't remember.
Sterling. Yes, he was. I believe he was. Let me. Mahrez, Sterling, and was it Laporte?
Sterling, Laporte, Jesus, Silva, Mahrez. Apparently, if you're 2 questions, right? If you're Man City, do you retract Sterling based on this tournament and carrying you forward? And if you're Spurs, after this tournament, if the offer's still on the table as it is, do you take 100 million plus Sterling for Kane?
Well, first and foremost, why the hell is Sterling going to Spurs? Sorry, if Sterling's leaving Man City, like Chelsea, he ain't going Man United or Liverpool. Can't see that happening. Man United, well, I mean, he ain't going back to Liverpool. They're not going to welcome him back. And Man United don't need him, and I can't see us getting him. So we're talking Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona. That's it. So that deal is off the table because Sterling ain't going. Before we go any further than that, Sterling ain't going to Spurs in the Conference League. Nah, that's a disrespect. Sterling deserves more than that. I don't care what you pay him. I don't care what you pay him. For Spurs, listen, for Spurs,
Then you can say that about any of them, really. Laporte,
to an extent, yes. Jesus is the one.
Mahrez, no way.
Jesus, I think you can go. You can go to Spurs.
Only reason I say he can go is because he'll be, if he's guaranteed to be the main guy at Spurs, I think he'll go.
Yeah, but I just don't think if he doesn't go Spurs, who takes him, and to do what? What level? What is his level?
It stays at Man City, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. So he's there, Man City on the bench. It's not like I said Sterling. Harry, big H, big H, big H.
Luke Shaw's
balling. Luke Shaw assist. Listen, don't talk to me about my players in it, because these men have been holding a lot of disrespect. Respect Big H and respect Luke Skywalker, the best left back in England. And England's best left back.
Was even a foul. Was even a foul.
Well, okay, you've done great to win that. I mean, you've done. Yeah, he's onside.
Get your big head on that, Mr.
I mean,
Fridge.
it's about damn time. Maguire scored a header.
Well, he's got his tally now for the next year. So
for 2021. This man don't score, like, you know.
That was a great ball.
It was
a great ball.
Do you know how many times this man gets his head on the ball, man? He should have like minimum 5 goals a season. You have to score.
Did he score? Was it in the quarterfinals? He scored
in the World Cup, yeah, against Sweden. Or was it Colombia?
Sweden.
Yeah,
it was and you're like quarterfinal guy.
And we saw that. We're like, oh yeah, man, like, we get some goals out of Maguire. Give us some goals.
I'll tell you what, that's massive for my fantasy team. Maguire and Kane captain.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I got Stones. No, wait, who have I got? Yeah, no, I picked Stones because I wasn't 100% sure whether if he was going to drop Maguire or not because of the yellow card thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure about rotation. I thought, let me people on my street screaming, shouting, "Whoa,
it's coming on!"
Yeah. HH put a tweet. I said, "What if England win these Euros without conceding a single goal? The gate." I mean, if they do that, that's a.
Has that even been done before?
I don't think it has. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a West Indies, West Indies shirt because West Indies are playing again.
Why is Christopher always asking you what you're wearing?
Because I'm British and I should be supporting England and I should be wearing my English shirt and I pay my taxes in this country, so I should be backing him all the way. That's his mantra. And because we went to his stag do. Well, obviously. Well, who put it on? Disrespect. Get that England talk. Look at where did stag do a few years ago, and all of us had the Jamaica shirts on, or Jamaica kit, and we got him the England one because that's like him. He's like, listen, I don't know what you're not talking about. You're Jamaican. You're not Jamaican. If you went to Jamaica, they will say you're English. You're really not. When's the last English
boy?
You're English. That's it. Your English breakfast, all that. But acting Silver, man's putting ketchup on. When he's younger, ketchup on his Caribbean food. Yeah, that's Christopher, isn't it? When it comes to the athletics Olympics, gotta support the British, Team GB. You gotta support Team GB. I'm like, what? When Usain Bolt's there, and Asafa Powell and what you call it? Your hand play. You must be mad. But well done, Dwayne Chambers, in it. Pick up yourself.
Dwayne Chambers, he's his baby mum's no, his baby mum's related to my family.
Okay, and he is related to. Oh wait, yeah, because through Micah as well, not through Mike, but like.
Yeah. That side,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I met him a couple of times at some of Micah's events.
Oh,
Hurricane 3-0. Hurricane. Luke Shaw assist again. Luke Shaw assist again.
Harry
Listen.
Kane. It's the day of the Harrys. It's the
Luke
day
Shaw on
of the
fire.
Harrys.
Luke Shaw on fire. 3-0. England. I mean, I'm so gutted. I forgot to do my captain. You just knew that Harry Kane was going to score today. You knew. Man's got 2 now. Man has got 2. Man, I mean, yeah, let's be
Oh,
honest.
great ball again. Nuts.
Who?
Oh, Raheem.
Sterling
30.
again. Sterling
30.
again. Sterling just, that came with the defender. That he headed that onto the defender, and then it went for the keeper's legs. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I'm lying. He didn't head it. But he went
No,
for
I
the
was gonna say the second one doesn't look like it. Yeah.
No, I thought, yeah, the second one didn't. I thought the first one, the angle. Didn't miss that.
Boy.
I think I need to come on there to defend myself and to give you your England top for the final. You wear it for me. You wear it for me. Well, yeah, I mean, England's in the semi-final. Well, yeah, nothing more to say. England, fill your boots. Get as many goals as you can. Famous last words. You can come back 3-3.
Hey, listen. Harry Kane is on for the golden boot.
Sammy said it early. Sammy said, he got trust in Harry Kane. I believe he can win the golden boot. And I said, he ain't scoring 4 goals. No, 4 more goals between now and the end of the tournament. Well, that maybe he can shut me up. Maybe he can shut me up. And if man wins 2 golden boots in 2 consecutive major tournaments, you gotta put respect on his name. If you haven't already.
If you haven't already. Listen,
sure doing bits.
All we needed to do, beat Germany, and it's coming home. That's all it was. Beat Germany, and it's coming home.
I mean, you lot vote on the poll if you haven't already. Does Southgate deserve more respect? I mean, granted, Ukraine are the 16th worst team in this tournament. They qualified as the lowest ranked third place, or the 4th best third place team. So they should be beaten, but they are being soundly beaten. And as has been said, you can only beat what's in front of you, and to do it this comprehensively. I mean, the confidence is there.
I just want to hear Javon, to be honest. Play Grealish. Listen, they ain't played Grealish all tournament, and it ain't conceded 1 goal. Scored plenty. What we on now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goals.
0 conceded.
0 conceded
in 5
3,
games.
4, 5 games. 7 goals in 5 games. 0 goals. What more do you want, Javon? What more do you want?
The funny thing is, I think now that you say 0 goals conceded, that's one of the reasons why he doesn't play Grealish, because of the lack of the defensive work that he does.
I think he is. I think he is quite good defensively. I think
not to Southgate's level. Not what he wants.
Maybe not there. But I think Aston Villa concede more goals when he's not playing. I know, obviously, because he's on the ball a lot. He carries the ball. Him not being on the ball, obviously, is bad for them. But yeah, no matter. This is the thing, right? It's got to be one of them ones where, like, we can always look back and say what you could have done in a tournament. How we all look back and say, why did we? I don't know. Why do we play Paul Scholes left wing? Why do we do that? But if you end up winning a tournament, you can't say nothing at all. There's nothing to say.
Like, no, it doesn't matter how
you might say Grealish should have started. You might say he may go on to be the best player in the world.
Yeah.
But if you win the tournament, it does not matter who plays.
Yeah.
And maybe even if you like, I'd say, like, even if you get to a semis or a final and you lose to a better team, again, you might an R about 1 or 2 here and there. But like, the reality is, have to say it. So far, in the quarterfinals of the Euros, Southgate has got it right.
100%.
Southgate has got it right.
100%.
It'd be funny if Scotland's the only team England didn't beat on the en route to the Euros.
Well, Scotland could do what they did in after 98 when they not 98 after
96.
66. I think they beat England and they were like, yeah, now we're the world champions.
Is that what happened?
I mean, I'm sure it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was. They beat England. It's like, yeah, now we're the world champion. Let me see. I'm sure I'm Scotland.
Henderson ready to come on.
Who?
Shore up that midfield, Henderson.
Yeah, I mean it's more.
I guess
saving Rice and
from the yellow card.
Yellow card.
Listen, take off Harry, put on Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, sorry. So 99. Yeah, take you Harry. Listen, I'll take off Harry Maguire. I take all of them. All three of them on yellow cards. Get them off. Get them off. Maybe it's a bit too much, but maybe you just got to trust Harry Maguire not to make any tackles. I mean, there he comes in there, wins the ball. The 1966-67 British Home Championship has remained famous in the memories of British Home Nation football fans ever since the dramatic, climatic match at Wembley Stadium, where an unfancy Scottish team beat England on the same turf they had won the 66 World Cup the year before. And yeah, Scotland crowned themselves world champions. That's why Declan Rice off. No clean sheet points for him. Comes off before the 60th minute. Clapping all 5 fans that's in the ground.
She said, what did she have in her hand? She said, Chris is coming home. She got a little personal message.
What? Is that for Christopher Link? Is that for you?
That black woman in the stand.
Sammy says it's Harry, and it isn't Harry Kane. Well, it is now. Make use of that head, Harry. Maguire is better than a lot of centre backs with fancy names. Maguire is disrespected. Part of that comes from the 8 million price tag, and part of it comes from because he doesn't look fancy. The way he plays is can be a bit lumbered. It can look a bit uncultured and a bit ugly. But in terms of effectiveness, and I've said it, and I'll keep saying, he is without a shadow of a doubt top 5 centre backs in the Premier League. Now, I don't know if you want to put him there, but he's top 5. Take out someone if he's not there now, because he's in. You're talking Van Dijk, Diaz, Rudiger. I'm not even necessarily in order, but just the top 5. Maguire. I know you love your Laporte, but boy, man can't even get in the Man City team right now. So I don't know what we're gonna do with him.
Well, I have Thiago Silva.
Oh, Thiago Silva, of course, yeah. And then even the Rudiger one, I got asked about the back three tax, because when it was back 2, man couldn't get in the Chelsea side. He played back 3 for Chelsea and back 3 for Germany. Maguire's top 4. Thiago Silva, Ruben Diaz, Van Dijk. Those are the only 3 guaranteed 30 centre backs better than Maguire. And Rafael Varane next season for Man United.
I still have Laporte no matter what.
Of course you would. Oh, Kane wants that hat trick, boy. Oh, Sammy will get on to you about that Laporte shot in a second. Wait for his comment to come through. And if just missed Slabber's goal, what happened? Cross from Luke Shaw from a free kick, back post, near the back post, central back. And comes in. What you say?
Is he even better than King John Stones?
Yes, he's England's best centre back, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Didn't miss that one. Jeez, blood. Nick, I told you Harry's in a hurry. You did. Don't underestimate Denmark. No, I was saying yesterday, I think it was, we were doing the Belgium, Italy. Like Denmark, England will not be an easy game. Denmark did look tired today. That's the only thing. I don't know how long they've got between. Is it Tuesday they're playing or is it Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
They're going to need a good look of rest because they look tired today. Maybe they're emotionally drained, physically drained. I don't know, but they did look tired today. It's going to be a tough game. England, of course.
The good thing for them, like unlike Ukraine, that they got it done in 90 minutes, so they didn't have
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
the extra strain. Whereas England now should start to just pull out their players now in
yeah,
the
yeah.
next in the next half an hour. 5
The,
subs,
the
utilize
Denmark
that.
team are better, are greater than the sum of their parts. I don't think, especially without Ericsson there, they've got got some good players. Paulson, Brathwaite, he ain't great at all, but he's effective. He can run. He's quick. He'll run in behind and he can try and make something happen. But I think they'll make it difficult for England to score. I don't think they got enough quality up front. I don't think they do. So you're going to expect England to win that, especially Wembley, 40,000. Like, those are the games that you're like, England always win these games, but they can never beat the big teams. Those are the games that England are supposed to win, and they have been winning. It's the big ones, the Germany that they just beat, the potential. Well, whoever they get in the final, if they get there, would be considered a big team, Spain or Italy. I love that little Arsenal lad. Maybe we were talking about Saka at the time. I can't remember. I will never respect that waiter, Southgate. Respect the gate. Respect the gate. Someone needs to see if HH is okay after this Harry Kane brace. That is a very good point. That is a very good point. Let me see what HH is saying. Because goals in knockout rounds of competitions is what he asks for, isn't it? Let's see. The England team is on the cusp of being very dangerous because of just the amazing attacking talent they have. It's about finding the right mix of players to create a chemistry. Maybe this is it. This has been yes, HH. This has been. Sorry, go on.
Have hope will be fine because he'll be fine if Harry Kane takes the golden boot off Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, he definitely wants that. Definitely wants that. He was begging for Schick. Like, sorry, mate. Now he's gone. This has been England's best performance. Still think Grealish should be in this, but apart from him starting over Mount, maybe. Kane. Oh!
That would have been world class.
I say, the way you were going, I thought I was waiting for it to go top bins. I was waiting for it to go on his left as well. Oh, that's a great save. That's a great save. That would have been goal of the tournament. That would have been goal of the tournament. I'm calling it. That would have been. I know Schick scored a great goal against Scotland, but who cares about group games? That's a knockout round, hat-trick goal on your left foot, on the volley. Oh, who's that? Jordan Henderson, 4-0. I mean, it's just comprehensive now, isn't it? Who took that
game well and truly?
Yeah, it's done. Liverpool fans will love that one. My captain, fantastic. I mean, Gareth Southgate, take a bow, isn't it? I know Ukraine are dead, but take a bow. Take a bow. 4-0. What's the biggest win of the tournament so far? 5-0. Spain against Slovakia, was it? England can get 5 or 6 here, you know. He can get 5 or 6 here.
That's terrible defending.
Oh, horrible. Free header.
How could you let him? Who's that? Who's number 16? I'm sorry. He just moves onto Harry Maguire. What is that? That's woeful.
That is horrible defending.
Finally scores for England.
Oh yeah, it's his first goal for England.
Yeah.
He thought he scored in against Czech Republic, innit? But it was offside.
And then he missed the penalty before.
Yeah, in the warm-up. That's horrible defending from Ukraine. That's awful.
Okay. Hey, Jude.
He's always got an agenda, you know.
Rashford on.
Trippier. So Luke Shaw off. So Maguire staying on, even with the yellow card. So Luke Shaw off for Harry Maguire. I mean, for Kieran. Well done, Luke. Best left back in respect. Listen, I'm all willing to allow you to apologize. You let me know when you're ready.
Nothing to apologize for.
You let me know when you're ready to accept that Luke Shaw is the best left back in the country. Well done, Luke. Well done, Luke.
Yeah, because there's no good left backs in the country. That's why.
I don't mind. I don't care how it happens. Rashford. I want Rashford to get a goal. Come on, Rashford. At least you can say, I contributed in the tournament. Because if England win it and Rashford don't do nothing, People were like,
Yeah.
look, England won it without Rashford. No, I need to go. I don't care if it's the 5th and the 5-0.
Raheem,
I need to go.
Raheem,
Hold
rest up, Raheem.
on.
Your position is more secure than I've ever known
Than ever.
in an English shirt, ever. First,
Who's been the best player so far? Still Raheem, yeah? Or Luke Shaw?
in this game?
Okay. In this game,
I might have to give it to Harry Kane at the moment.
Oh, because he got 2 goals.
Boy, he might have a hat trick by the end.
He could.
Should have had a hat trick. Well, I say should have. It was a great save. They couldn't do much more.
How many assists has Luke? Who got the assist for Maguire's goal? Oh, Luke Shaw, and he got assist for Harry Kane.
Shaw. Mason Mount's corner.
Yeah. Raheem Sterling was involved in all. Wait, did Raheem Sterling win that corner for that goal?
Let me go back. Did Raheem Sterling?
Because if he won that corner, he'd been involved in like all 4 goals. Actually, no, not Maguire's goal because he didn't win the free kick. Harry Kane did.
It was Harry Kane's shot that went for the corner.
Oh, for the worldie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play. Harry Kane man the match, isn't it? 2 goals. Won the free kick for the one goal, the one the corner for the other one. Fair play, captain. He's definitely going to be in the front pages now.
Man said, "I'm not a group stage guy.
I
mean, group stage is too little for me, bro. Bring me in when it counts, innit? Bring me in when it counts."
HH always got an agenda. Wait, who's that? Is that Bellingham running down there? Oh, it was Rashford, isn't it? Oh, I thought Rashford came on. Question for the audience. Maybe I've missed it, but in the attack, how has Mount contributed in ways that Greece would not? Let it go. Let it go. They're winning 4-0. They ain't going to see the goal. Let it go. Not every day. I mean, it is everyday agenda with HH, isn't it? He's always got a narrative that's running. He's always got a narrative. Let me ask him about Harry Kane. Thoughts on Harry Kane in major tournament knockout rounds?
Javan, respect Gareth Southgate. About 4. You're saying 4 like it's nothing. 4 goals in the quarterfinals of a Euros, bro.
So Harry Kane has got 9 goals in competition now. 6 in the World Cup, 3 in this tournament. He is the 2nd highest goal scorer for England in major tournaments. Level with Alan Shearer, 1 behind Gary Lineker. I mean, he's going to break. Obviously, Jimmy Greaves' record is crazy when it comes to goals to game, but he's going to break England's goal scoring record.
Harry Kane could go down as the greatest England player of all time.
Yeah, especially if they win a major tournament.
Trust me. He could. They win this. He's already bad 3 goals at the tournament.
And let's put this out in the ether. Southgate is England's best performing manager since the turn of 2000s. Stats do not lie, and I will hold the egg. Hey, listen. He is. He's got to 2 semi-finals in a row. No England manager has done that got to a semi-final since 96. He's got to 2 in a row. 3 if you want to include the Nations League. He got to 3 international tournament semi-finals in a row. I'll say what more can you ask? Of course, you want him to win it, but when you're comparing to England managers, and you wouldn't even say this is a good group of England players, but you wouldn't say this is England's greatest ever assembly of individuals. It's not. But he has got them. And you might say, well, football's, Brazil were better back then. I agree. Argentina were probably better back then as well. Germany, yeah. But again, you can only play in front of you. You can only exist in the area you live in. Like, you are alive now. You got to do what you got to do now. There's nothing more you can do with that. So,
yep.
What can you say in it? Well, England running through Rashford trying to steal a goal for the culture. Come, Rashford. I need something, man. Good little run there. Oh, Rashford gets it back. Rice and Phillips, 1 year away from suspension. Take them off.
What the heck?
Pickford? Oh, wait, what the hell? Pickford. Shot from home.
What the heck is that? Pickford got.
I tried to side footy from 40 yards.
I think he tried to smash it. I think
Alpha
Pickford tried
Pro
to smash it out.
Yeah, I think he did it. He sliced it.
Shinned it or something.
Would you take Schick at United?
Shinned it.
No. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Pickford's got too much emotion running through him.
Yeah.
He's too pumped up.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
He's too passionate.
Take a little breather. You don't need to do anything stupid now.
Yeah,
you're on for one of the record that may never be broken for England for a long time in terms of clean sheets at a major tournament.
Well,
relax.
Unless they increase the amount of rounds or games that you play in a tournament. If he was to go through without conceding a goal, then that record cannot be broken. It can only be matched.
Yep, exactly.
So you just relax.
Wouldn't put it past UEFA to increase.
I know.
Is that Calvert-Lewin? It's about to come on. You're going to take off Harry Kane on a hat-trick.
On a hat-trick? Gotta rest him up.
Hear that. No.
The team glory is more important than
Harry Kane. You're gonna hear tomorrow. If I'm Harry Kane, I'll be absolutely fuming.
I know. This was sad. That's why. How dare Gareth Southgate? Anyone got a Gareth Southgate agenda? If they take on Harry Kane, they're gonna run it now. They're gonna run it now.
So that means no Foden, no Grealish. Hey, Gareth is ripping up the rule book, you know.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Quarterfinals of the Euro? You telling me at the start of the tournament? If you told me you ain't gonna Foden and Grealish won't play a minute, but they'll win 4-0 in the Euro quarterfinal, you were like, no way, I wouldn't believe you. Ripping up the rule book, bro.
The man said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it my way.
Trust.
And we're either gonna succeed or we're gonna lose. Like it is what it is, but I'm doing it my way. And that's what every manager should do. I'm gonna do it my way. What happens, happens. Rashford out wide, nothing. Gareth Brick, South Brick. Neeks, you should have seen his post-match for the France versus Switzerland. It was golden. All of his narratives died that night. The whole live chat was spamming Hangout. Oh, yeah, I watched it back. And he was like, no, I'm not. I can't do a Hangout. You don't want to do a Hangout just so you can abuse Mbappe. I'm not doing it. Like it was actually hilarious. I wish I was watching it live, but yeah, I did watch it back. I did watch it back. Harry Kane off. Harry Kane pulled off the pitch. And
you know what? Doesn't moan, doesn't get angry, respects the team, respects Gareth. You know what, Gareth? I could have had a hat trick, Gareth, but you know what? For you, I'll come off. Give the armband over. Oh, he's the captain. He's the captain, right?
Give
the armband over to Jordan Henderson.
Henderson, I think, yeah.
Rest up, lad. Rest up, lad. Need you for the semi-finals.
Well, according to I tweeted HH. I said thoughts on Harry Kane in major tournament knockout rounds. He goes, well, according to HH, a header is just like a tap-in, all the same. Nothing special, just like CR7 scoring a penalty. I mean, you just can't win. He goes, how many?
They've got a high press right now, boy. On their necks.
Someone else replies,
down the corner flag.
How many did you score in a semis or a final? Let's see.
They need to be a bit careful here. Look what's going on. England, relax. They need to go all in.
They want more. They want more. I mean, they've got blood already.
They can see Ukraine's there for the taking, boy.
Yeah, and especially as you said, Ukraine played 120 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't think they've got. I mean, they don't have anything 4-0, but they ain't got anything else.
Mm.
So England like, we want more, and there's players out there better than shot, save.
What's the camera doing?
He's doing too much.
Yeah, he's doing too much.
He needs to just relax. He's just too pumped. He's too pumped.
Listen, bro, you're on for goalkeeper of the tournament right now, bro. You're on for goalkeeper of the tournament right now. It's historic. I don't even know the last time England ever had a goalkeeper at a team of the tournament or whatever it is.
Who jumped in?
Oh, here we go.
Who is it?
Mr. Southgate himself.
You're mute. So I guess you're right. England winners.
Can't hear you.
As a matter of fact, who had Harry Kane top goal scorer? Was that Javon as well?
No,
Was that Nat? That was Nat, wasn't it?
Nat, I think, yeah.
I said Lukaku.
Yeah, I think everyone said Lukaku.
Ooh.
Cross cleared by Ukraine.
Golly, 4-0. What am I seeing here, man?
Gareth Southgate at work, innit? Just
At
doing
work.
what he can do.
At
Just
work.
doing what he can do.
Larif. It took him this
Can't
long
call
to
him-
do this. Larif.
Wait, so to do what? I remember when I said, listen, we don't know what's gonna happen in it. And I spoke about yesterday about whether Italy are peaked or not. And I think they can continue this. But England they bubbled. They only won the first game 1-0. Poor result against Scotland, fair enough. Won the last game 1-0. 2-0 against Germany. 4-0 again. They're bubbling. And now they're ready. That's how you gotta do a
I
tournament.
said ready.
Italy might go
I
out
think,
Spain.
I think that Denmark has
Listen.
got the Ericsson tax kicking in right now.
It'll be a tough game.
Italy,
All by
Spain,
Rashford.
and Denmark are shaking in their boots right now.
I said
Shaking.
Denmark's shaking. Spain
Not
shaking.
really. Denmark's got
Italy
they got that.
worried.
They got that tax. Listen, Denmark got some adrenaline from they're
I
doing this for. They're doing this for what you call it.
You say that.
Ericsson.
You say that, but who have they beaten? I know the first game against Finland,
Wales,
whatever, because everything that happened, you take that out. They lost to Belgium, and who they beat in their last game of the group?
4-1. Russia.
Russia. So they beat Russia 4-1. They beat Wales 4-0.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they beat Czech Republic today 2-1. They've beaten everyone they played. So everyone they've beaten, you expect them to beat. So how much of it is the adrenaline? Or how much is it just we're better?
Bloody hell, Pickford. Relax.
Let me get my
What's the matter with
screen
you?
back up.
He's doing too much. He needs to calm down. He needs to calm down. I don't think. Listen, Denmark have just beaten who they should have beaten, and they lost to the better team against Belgium. I want them to do well with everything that's happened, and I'm all for that. But I'm not seeing a wave they're riding. It's emotional, but I'm not seeing the wave personally.
Listen, I think like all of the team, Italy and Spain, they know the quality that England will have. Like a lot of their players play in England. They will know a lot of these players, so they'll be aware. The only question you always had about England is, do they have the mentality to get the players playing at their best for these major tournaments? And maybe that's where Chiellini will come. And this is the history of the England. They won't win the tournament. But the reality is, the quality is there. The quality's been there for England. It's been there the whole time. They maybe not have the best quality, but they've always got quality. They've quite a lot of the time underperformed at these major tournaments, or not gone as far as they maybe should have done. Now, when maybe the team's not even as good, they're performing at the quality that we know that they can do. The goals Harry Kane scored today, he's been doing that week in, week out. We've seen the players perform at this level for their clubs, just not having it for their countries. Now, if they're on form, I genuinely think Spain and Italy won't think that it's going to be a walkover in that final. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, 100%.
They make it.
I keep saying there's quality.
England beat Spain.
I keep saying there's quality on the England side, but I don't know what it is. It's like it's because of the years and years of underperforming where people just instantly say, "Nah, England's got a lot of dogs chance." They could potentially go and not concede a whole goal all tournament.
But this is why Southgate gets a raw deal. Well, I think he gets a raw deal because when you consider, as you said, everything that how England just failed year after year, especially in the lead up to him getting the job, it's a lot that he's had to deal with, like the pressure in terms of that everyone wants England to deliver. The fallout from the whole big Sam Roy Hodgson debacle, which was just a disgrace. And he's had to deal with all of that while building a team, which is still, I mean, it's fairly young. It's fair. I don't know the average age of it, but it's fairly young.
About 25, maybe.
I think, and so it's like everyone expects him to do that, and then go out and beat all the best teams. Like everything's a process, and people just want everything now. So
no. But you have to say, as I was saying earlier on, you got to respect what he's done. This is now 4 goals today. 2 goals last week, 6, 7, 8 goals in 5 games at this tournament. None conceded. That's brilliant for any manager, let alone the England manager. He's got England to the semi-finals. Gareth Southgate deserves all the praise. All the praise there.
Again.
Then not playing a star boy Grealish when the whole media... Listen, if this is Capello, Grealish is playing because the media is telling him to play. If this is Eriksen, Grealish is playing because the media is telling him to. See, Gareth, not on that. I'm not even playing him. I'm not even giving him a minute. I'm not even giving him 1 minute in the quarterfinals at all.
Now, and when they get knocked out to Denmark, it's gonna be
It's been when from Germany when they lose to Germany. Forget that now. Forget all that because they beat Germany. But
we're talking about Denmark.
We spoke about Germany. Germany are better than Denmark. And beat Germany. Listen, Ukraine. If they won 1-0 today,
Rashford, can he get there? No, too long.
If they beat Ukraine today, 1-0, it's a good result into the semi-finals. Happy days. They won 4-0. They've battered them 4-0, and it's like, hold on a second.
If anything, they've scored all the goals left inside of them.
Listen.
Listen, I'm just shocked in it. After years and years and years of nothing, I don't expect anything. We see all of this excitement that you have is gone from me. I don't trust it. I don't believe in it anymore.
Listen, if you don't have excitement now, you never will. Bring it back. England is coming home.
Bring it back,
this is
man.
it. Listen. If you want to,
last Euros, they went out to Croatia, right, in the semis.
World Cup, right? Yeah.
Now they have Denmark, another tough team again in the semis. I'm not saying Germany wasn't tough, but I'm just saying here we are. If he gets them across the line, I will have faith because it's a final. It can go 50-50. I will have my excitement, and I will take
you get faith in the final. Bring your faith now.
No, I have that. No, I don't have faith in the final. I'll be in the final. I'll be like, you know what? If they lose, it's 50-50 in it because you deserve to be here. They deserve to be here. Let's see what happens. But I mean, I can't unless they get past the semis. I can't because that's what I've been seeing year after year. I'm 28 now, Ramon.
I'm
28.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there.
I'm 28.
England don't get to a semi-final on a regular basis.
They don't.
It's not a regular. I know you're 28, and
that's the point that I'm making. What am I excited for?
The point I'm making is people before you weren't even seeing this. They weren't even seeing this. They were seeing England crumble at group stages, crumble at last 16s and quarterfinals.
Not qualified for tournament.
Not qualified for tournaments, but they're in the semi-final. This is why a lot of the countries is bigger than them because this doesn't happen normally. And 2 years in a row now, 2 tournaments in a row, England are in a
include the Nations League.
3 if you include the Nations League. they're in a semi-final of a tournament. That's why I think like with England fans, there's always like obviously it's coming home is all the banter, and there's probably a belief that
this could be
if everything goes right, this could be always there is. But now when you see a path where it's so clear to get to a final, and then you get there or get to a semi-final, it's like you need to celebrate this because things could go back to where they were in Qatar, and then where's the next one? Is it Germany in the Euros, wherever? Like especially because it's at home as well. You've got a semi-final in your own country and a final in your own country. This may never happen again. This may never happen.
So they
again.
have to take their chance.
Have to. And at the moment, they're battering their way through, bulldozing.
I used to be whenever we used to speak about international football, I used to say, why do you guys always take England out there? They're just as good. Like, why does everyone always think that they're so bad? They're just as good. The players individually are good, but nothing ever comes from it. So I got to the point where it's like, you know what? Maybe everyone is right. Maybe they're not good enough. So it just came to the point, especially in the Euros. Sorry, not Euros, the World Cup. I think that broke me. Kieran Trippier scoring, and then we just England ends up losing that game, and then from there the games have been mediocre, Nations League, and then they just always crumble when it comes to the big teams, just crumble.
But listen, the one thing I'll say,
it's just too much.
One thing I'll say,
out of the semis in the Nations Cup, out of the semis in World Cup, and now potentially out of the semis in the Euros. It's just over and over, and it's just like, meh.
But what I would say, the Croatia game, I would say was an even game. I wouldn't say Croatia were much better than England going into that game.
Won.
I wouldn't say England were much better. I know, but I'm saying it was a 50-50 game. Who did they play in the Nations League?
In Netherlands.
I'll probably
they lost
say
like 3-2, was it, or something like that?
Yeah, I'll probably say again, maybe a 50-50 game. Maybe even England were favourites in that game. Maybe should have won that. In this Denmark game, England are the clear favourites in this Denmark game. So the pressure, yes, is on England to win it because you're the favourites. But as England, you would rather play Denmark than play Italy or Spain in a semi-final. So you kind of like it's a semi-final of a tournament. Like to play Denmark in a semi-final, you're laughing. This should be really where the best teams in the tournament, and some of them have already gone out. So to get Denmark in a semi-final, you absolutely take that, snap your hands off for it. But it's obviously you've now got to go out and do it, and as you said, the pressure is on. But the way that they're playing at the moment could be. Listen,
no matter what it is, they're playing
a big opportunity.
Like, no matter what it is, what's it? It's either gonna be Belgium or Italy in that final, right? Because they're playing each other, right?
Spain or Italy?
Sorry, Spain or Italy?
Yeah. Spain or Italy at Wembley? Is Spain or Italy at Wembley? Yeah.
So everyone's out, so Spain or Italy left, and then I'm confused. Like, where are we now on the draw? So on that side,
Spain or Italy on one side, Denmark or England on the other side.
On the other side, okay. Yeah. Switzerland. What Switzerland had to do was just win that penalty shootout and then knock out Italy somehow, and it would have been set up. It would have been set up because that luck can only go so far.
Sorry, if who should have been? Say that again.
If Switzerland came good against Spain, carrying riding their luck and then knock out Italy, the luck surely would have run out in the final.
It would have run out against Italy. It would have run out. I mean, it ran out against Spain already. Like.
So now it's guaranteed a rough team in the final.
Listen, that's what it is. And as I said, for England, if you're England, you have to expect a rough team. You're lucky you didn't get a rough team in the quarters, let alone semis, let alone final. This is where it's at. Like this is look at Belgium. Look at Belgium's draw. They got who did they get in the last 16? Portugal, and then they went out to it. Then they went out to Italy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Portugal. Then went out to Italy. Then if they would have gone through, it would have been Spain and then England. Imagine that: Portugal, France, Spain, England. That's tournament football. That's the real win that you get. If Italy win this tournament, being on that side of the draw, having faced Belgium and then Spain, and then England. Listen, you've come across the best and you beat them all. England have got the nice ride. They got the nice ride, and now they just need to get to the final and then do their job. But I'm not saying Denmark's going to be an easy game. I'm not saying that at all.
It's not.
And there's no guarantees they'll win that. But they're the favourites.
England finally conceded that game, surely.
Well, the thing is, Denmark aren't even the best attacking team.
No, but they're very good
Their
defense.
defense is where their strength lies. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see England get another clean sheet there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
This game is petering out.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Can you, when you make a lot of subs very quickly?
Yeah, but they needed to do this. They needed to just short up the game because they were being a bit. They were going a bit too gung ho and look because leaving goals. But then, listen, that's where your manager comes in and says, "Lads, no, calm it down. Put your man behind the ball. We're 4-0 up. Let's just get out of here with a clean sheet." Henderson cleaning up.
Can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Not even a second of stoppage time.
Penalty in sight for them.
Game is over. 90 minutes on the dot.
Oh,
referee calls
man spared Ukraine there. Kane and just said, "I'm blowing up. No stoppage time."
Chelsea legend Andrei Shevchenko.
Chelsea legend
Beaten by Aston Villa's own Gareth Southgate.
But yes, guys, it's finished. England 4, Ukraine 0. Two great strikers hugging each other, Andrei Shevchenko and Harry Kane. Harry Kane scoring 2, his second and third goal of the tournament. Harry Maguire and Jordan Henderson getting the others. 2 assists for Luke Shaw, assists for Raheem Sterling, and 1 for Mason Mount. Comprehensive victory that, as far as I'm concerned, was never in doubt. Like we said, if the longer it goes 1-0, Ukraine would have a chance. It didn't stay 1-0 for very long. It was 1-0 after 4 minutes, and they scored very, very early. I say very
when
early.
The first goal went in, I thought that was it. I said, "Well, that's England's goal of the game. That's it. We're gonna be in for a stinker," and it was a stinker for a while. Second half started, and then
let's go 4 minutes into the first half, 1 minute into the second half, and I mean, right then 2-0, you thought game over. Harry Kane made it 3 in the 50th minute, and Ukraine never stood a chance after that. I think this was for me when it comes to England in this game. Obviously, they're already going to have the confidence because they're beating Germany and they're through to a quarterfinal. But I think this is a game where the players are able to enjoy themselves and kind of just keep the momentum going. You could actually, if you win 1-0, the result, great result, because you're through to a semi-final. But you leave the pitch thinking we could have done more, we could have done better. And maybe and a striker's like, I could have got a goal, I should have got a goal, I should have done that. Southgate's making changes now to try and defend the lead to make sure you don't lose. You end the game on pressure as opposed to the way that England ended it. So I think this kind of result, it's probably England's best performance, you might say. But of course, they're playing Ukraine, not Germany. So it's hard to, 2-0 against Germany and a 4-0 versus Ukraine, which is a better performance. But I think this performance is needed. Most of these teams that are in this stage of the tournament, all of them actually, have had that performance, whether it's against a bigger team or a smaller team. Italy blitzed their group. Denmark 4-1 against Russia, 4-0 against Wales. And now England got their 4-0. Spain 5-0 against Slovakia, 5-3 against Croatia. England have got their goal scoring boots on, which is what everyone thought was their strength going to the tournament and the defense being a weakness. Now they've got their goals flowing and they've got their clean sheet. So England into the semi-finals where they play Denmark at Wembley. What's your thoughts?
No suspensions as well going into the game, which is big. You can go in fresh, no yellow cards, all yellow cards wiped out. So I have to worry about the yellow cards now going forward. I mean, couldn't ask for a better result. Couldn't ask for a better result. Okay, I guess you could have got 5, 6, 7, whatever. But like 4-0, clean sheet, no yellow cards for the players that were on yellow cards. And as I said, playing well. I mean, resting up players. Harry Kane's had a 15-minute rest. Sterling's had almost half an hour. Man, I mean, what more do you want now? And again, Gareth goes to team sheet.
They want Grealish. That's what they want. They want Grealish. They don't care whether England win, lose, draw, as long as Grealish plays.
Well, listen, I don't think no one can question what he does. and he's now free to do whatever he wants to do against Denmark on Wednesday. As me and Nick said already earlier on, he's probably got 9 or 10 guaranteed there anyway. It's just about, I guess, what formation he goes to. Denmark play a 5 at the back. Does he match them up now? And could this be his downfall if he tries to match them up? Where maybe they should just stick to where they're best at, the 4-3-3, especially against the teams that they're better than in terms of favourite. Because I think Ukraine were 5 at the back today as well, but didn't phase Gareth going to the 4 today. I think he probably should stick to it with a 4 against Denmark, and maybe if you get to a final, go to a 5. But yeah, I mean, doing his job. A goal from a set piece, 2 goals from a set piece today, free kick on a corner, where people were crying out England don't score enough from set pieces.
Well, in the World Cup, they were very, very strong from set pieces. But in this tournament, until today.
I think everyone kind of neutralized that because they saw it from the World Cup, I'm guessing. You got to keep
but also they haven't had they've not had the deliveries. Trippier was on for the first game, decent, and then he wasn't on for the second game, so they kind of rotated between Shaw and Mount. They've never really got the right delivery, and whereas today, both of them, both Shaw and Mount, from different sides, put in 2 great balls, and they had the runners.
What are you saying?
Another good game for
Luke Shaw. Did you watch the whole game?
I watched bits of it. I watched quite I did watch probably more of the first half than the second. I think I saw up to 2 or 3-0. But yeah, it was, like I said, after the first goal, it was the usual. I thought it would be a 1-0 because it just looked hella boring afterwards. Nothing was happening. Went into the second half, started, and they scored. And I was like, what's going on here? And then it just changed from there. More open. Third goal came. I was just like, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. It's going to be a baptism. And then Hendo gets the 4th. It's a very good scoreline, an unexpected one, because I'm not going to lie, I thought it was just going to end 1-0. I thought that first goal in the 4th minute would be it. I can't believe it. It's a very good performance, I would say. You'd expect this. I know a lot of people would try to discredit this and say, oh, it's only Ukraine, but Ukraine are there. They're there. They didn't just get placed there. They won their games to get there. So I'm not gonna have any of that. But well done to England. Well done. I think the test for them there will be Denmark. They passed Denmark.
I think that game will be easy.
That game will be easy. They passed that game.
England should win. If England lose to Denmark at Wembley, it's a bad result. But I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be decided by 1 goal. I think it's decided by 1 goal.
Kane could have had his hat-trick.
Yep.
From what I'm hearing.
Great shot. Great save by...
Yeah, I see it now. What a save.
Listen, can't wait for Krebs and Conan to walk around the England stadium with the England squad. Ole, ole. Singing out.
They're not doing that. Not enough. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to call it, but in the squad, people with a bit of sauce. Too many bland players in the squad. Maguire ain't going nowhere singing ole ole. Like
that's the bland players.
Not enough dripping.
Who they'll get Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount will do it.
Mason Mount ain't doing that. Grealish, no, he might. Not to be fair, he might. He tried.
Anyway. I think Mason Mount.
Grealish. What is he? Is he? What's his name? Morrison.
Yeah.
Grealish would. Rice. Obviously Raheem. Sancho.
Yeah, that man will do it, man.
I don't know about all that. Yeah. It's not gonna be no what's it? What's the song? That one. They ain't doing that. They ain't coming.
Oh, what like
Like France.
France,
Yeah. That team, that squad is full of drip.
The walk around they just walk around and say them saying it's coming on.
Literally. And Sweet Caroline. I think that they were playing that. Was it after the Germany game, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's England. That's England. It's coming home. Sweet Caroline and Vindaloo. That's it. I think they stay in their bag, innit? Stay in your bag. Keep it moving. If England makes the final, Queen Lizzie will make sure they get it done at Wembley. And then Tell says Ollie saving Man United and England. What they call Ole Gunnar Southgate. So that means he's gonna bottle the semis or the final. God damn. Yeah, because I mean Ollie gets all the semis, isn't it? Ollie gets the semi-gunner social. Ollie gets all the semis. Finally got to a final last year and threw it away against Villarreal, innit? So England versus Spain in the final, maybe. England versus Spain in the final, and maybe England lose on penalties. God. If England lost the final on penalty, that would be like on one side you're thinking like if you don't support England, poetic justice. England penalties, you're not supposed to win. And then on England's side, you're thinking, I mean, we're just cursed. Who goes to penalty shootout? Yeah, but
someone saying Boris needs to lift the restrictions next week. Because Monday night we need to rave. Sunday night we need to rave.
Because the restrictions are supposed to be lifted on the 19th. So that's a week after.
Yeah.
A week after the thing. What is a week in all of it? Really? When you actually deep it, what is COVID that much further gone a week later? Like you really
They probably won't lift it for that reason. Because I know people would just go too mad.
People are not doing madness anyway if it gets that far.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, all right. So the two semi-finals, England Denmark. We kind of said. I'm predicting England win. I'm gonna say I said 3-0 today for England. I did one better. I'm gonna go 2.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say 2-1. The one is a bit shaky. I can't see Denmark scoring, but I can feel Denmark keeping it to one goal.
Listen, I can't see them, but I can feel it.
Yeah, I can't see them scoring. It ain't got nothing, but I feel it. So I'm gonna go 2-1 England against Denmark.
I'll say it'll be a tight game. I think it'll be 1-0 England.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2-1 England after extra time.
Okay, extra time, boy. Extra time. And on the other side, Spain, Italy.
This is it's gonna be a tough game. And I didn't realize that they've met the last 4 knockout rounds of the Euros.
Who's that? Spain,
Italy.
Oh,
Spain, Italy have met the last 4.
right.
So, Italy beat them the last one 2-0. Got their revenge on the final. I'm gonna say 2-1 to Italy.
Sorry. Before you go, Tyson Fury tweeted, I've not seen a beatdown over Ukraine like this since Dusseldorf 20th November 2015. Obviously, he beat Vladimir Klitschko, innit?
Yeah. I saw someone mention that.
That's funny. That's funny.
The thing is, like, I still think Spain are difficult to assess because, like, stat-wise, you could, if you look at purely on the stats at the end of the tournament, you say, you know what, Spain had a
damn good tournament.
Yeah, why did we doubt them? Like, But then, as I said, you look at the sort of, for me, the underlying sort of, I don't know how to say it, like shakiness of them is there. It's there to be got at. And I think we saw it against Czech Republic. No, sorry, Croatia when they came back. Switzerland with 10 men, like had like hang on in there, and they couldn't break them down the other end. So, and but at the same time, they've got quality. They've got players to cause it. I still think Sarabia and Torres have had a good tournament, as I said, and I think they can cause them problems. And I think without Spinazzola at left back, Emerson's in there. It could be, you know what I mean? It could be they could have found their weak. They could have found a weakness in Italy defense. We're yet to see how good they are with Emerson. I know Emerson was there in the last group game against Wales, but you know, against a big team, could that be the weakness for Italy in that game? But again, at the same time, I'm looking at the way Italy played all tournament, and I think they're probably going to have too much for them. So I'm going to go 2-1, 2-1 to Italy. England final.
What are you saying, Javan? Spain, Italy.
Sticking with what I'm saying, I think Italy go through. Italy looking powerful. They just keep going. They keep going, and I think that they will do the same against Spain. Spain have a lot of chances that I've seen them miss. I think Italy is way more solid than they are, and I feel like they will go on and beat them comfortably to make their way into the finals. So I would say 2-0 Italy.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 as well. I'll go 2-0 as well. Like, I'll be interested to see. My biggest interest to see who's going to dominate the ball, because obviously Spain are going to try.
I think it's going to be Spain.
But
how Italy will let them?
You think Italy will let them like 60%?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think Italy are happy to play without the ball. I think they're happy, like, because with Italy, I think they're better on the counter anyway with the players that they got. So I think if they hold, but like they can do the possession thing. We've seen that already in the tournament. But I think they're so happy, like with their squad, Chiellini and Bonucci, they'll be happy to just let them have the ball.
Yeah,
they would be. And I think like
with that midfield, you got Jorginho, Verratti, and Barella. They're gonna want the ball. Jorginho ain't gonna want to be sitting on the back of the edge of his box, defending, running, tackling. Man's gonna want the ball.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to do, innit? And I think if they realize that Spain are the better possession team in the course of the game, then Mancini might say, you know what? Because I can't see it the other way. I can't see Spain not on the ball.
Yeah,
I just can't. Like they just don't play. I can't see them just like on the edge of their box. They won't do that well. If they do end up doing that, I think they'll get open up. So they have to. For me, they have to get the ball and play. And like. I'm so surprised you haven't seen Thiago. I know he's been bantered all tournament, but like, surely, like the way that he's it's not like they've been like bringing up trees. Surely he can get game here, man. I think this game could suit a Thiago if they get the ball, man.
You know,
he's got his team, isn't it?
Thiago's a good player, very good quality player. He plays a little bit slow. He gets the ball and he has to take a touch before. And it's like, I think Spain are at their best when they're just passing and moving very quickly. People say, Spain are boring. I don't really enjoy the way Spain play because it's not. I like more direct kind of football, of excitement. But when Xavi and them man were playing, it was a lot of possession, but they're popping it off. One, quick moving. Thiago's takes a bit more time on the ball. And maybe that makes it a bit easier to defend at times. I don't know. But he's gone with, obviously, Pedri, Busquets, and who's the other one in the middle?
Koke.
Yeah, Koke. Who would Thiago come in for? It can't be Pedri. I think, and now you're gonna drop Busquets? Can't drop Busquets.
Nah, because it will be Busquets. If you're gonna drop Busquets, it'll be for Rodri. I don't think it would be for anyone else.
But then when you put Thiago instead of Koke, I think they're not even the same profile of player.
No, they're not.
So it's literally like, where do you put him in? You have to play full central midfielders. I don't know. I mean, they're blessed in that area of like passing ability.
Play Mr. De Morata, innit?
Put Koke false 9. But yeah, I'll go Italy 2-0. Spain can attack. They're just not very clinical at all. And they're suspect defensively. I'll put it like that. They're suspect defensively. But I'll go Italy 2-0. And if you're saying Denmark, England go to a extra time, if that happens, that might be an advantage to Italy, just in terms of if they get it done in 90 minutes. You want to be as fresh as you can be for that final.
And they already played the day before.
Yeah, exactly. So, but as far as England are concerned, I think obviously you just want to win your semi-final. Whoever you play. But as far as England are concerned, I would want to play Spain instead of Italy.
You say that, but if Spain beat Italy,
yeah, but how do they beat them?
Batter them, control the game, destroy them, rip them.
It might end up being Italy because he's a last-minute free kick and then they penalties. Like I don't know. Of course, if they batter Italy, then you got to be worried. And when I say batter, it don't have to be 4-0. You can batter someone 1-0. Like if you batter Italy, then England have to be worried. But if Spain get through playing how they've played, like say against Switzerland, I'll say England will take that all day long. Like that right there. And there's no guarantee because again, you're in the final. One way they're in the final, they found a way to get through. But that is your best chance since '66 of winning a trophy. Any trophy. Confederations Cup, in what you call it, Nations League, World Cup. I don't know when that home nations trophy ended. I don't know when England last won it. This is the opportunity. But you gotta get past Denmark first. Gotta get past Denmark.
Yep.
Gotta get past
Sammy says Koke would make it a former midfield for Italy. If he starts. He's saying Koke tags.
Listen, respect the La Liga champions, isn't it?
It's true. It's true. You're a Real Madrid hater. That's what it is. But listen, guys, it's been good. Thanks for all the interaction. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm just watching West Indies and Hetmyer just hits a 6. Great.
Luke Shaw's on 3 assists. Luke Shaw's on 3 assists for the tournament. 1 behind Zuba.
Listen, Luke Shaw. Wait, well, last one, man the match. You still giving it to Kane?
I couldn't tell you for me.
I'll give it to Kane. Yeah, I'll give it to Kane. I think he's been involved pretty much. Everything going forward, yeah, I'll give it to Kane.
Call me biased and give it to Luke Shaw. Eat that. Innit? What are you gonna do?
Biased.
Smash the like button if you give Kane your man the match. Smash the like button if you give Luke Shaw man the match. Smash the like button and you give it to Andrei Shevchenko. I don't know. But yeah, England through to the semis. They're gonna play Denmark. We will be back with watch along on both Tuesday and Wednesday for the semi-finals. Tomorrow, hopefully. Actually, tomorrow I'll do a review of the series West Indies versus South Africa, the T20 series. Harry Kane got man of the match. I mean, I don't take that thing seriously. Benzema got man of the match against Portugal when Renato Sanchez and Paul Pogba were the best players on the pitch, and Saka got it. No, not Saka. Gilmour got it against England when Tierney was the best player on the pitch. I only respect it when they gave it to Harry Maguire. That's the only time they got it right. No bias. But no, I'll be back to review of this series, which has gone down to the wire, West Indies versus South Africa. Monday, of course, on the Football Dugout, so make sure you go over there, check that out. Tuesday, watch along. Wednesday, watch along. And in between all that, Hamilton wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.